happy. If I'm gonna be happy, just gonna be me. Gonna be free. Gonna love who I love. That's just how it's gonna be. Oh, I'm gonna be me. Just gonna be me. Gonna be free. Live the life that I want. That's just how it's gonna be. If I'm gonna be happy, I gotta be me.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Rise of the Demigods. My name is Mackenzie, and normally you see me as Astrid, but tonight I will be the game master for this Pride Week one-shot. This one-shot is a part of a larger Pride Week celebration, all put together by our friends over at Prism Pals, where a bunch of queer shows take a different color of the rainbow and make awesome adventures themed to them. Dicey Amazon and Queer Dungeoneers already have released their episodes representing red and orange, and after us, Tabletop Potluck, the Musafears, and Dice Will Roll will each be coming out with episodes as the week continues. This culminates in a big one-shot where someone from each show got together to record one big one-shot, and I was the representative for our show, so keep an eye out for that. That will be premiering on Saturday, where we're playing kind of a Harry Potter one-page RPG, where we're a bunch of like rowdy little magic kids. It's going to be very fun. And they're also doing on Saturday a live stream Pride celebration hosted by Prism Pals. So if you want to check out all of the Pride Week things, go to @PrismPals on Twitter for more. And the Pride theme that you heard before this episode is called LGBTQ, and it's performed by the awesome Liz Soy. And today we are going to be doing yellow is our color of the rainbow. Yellow represents vitality, and this adventure is known as Promethia Unbound. We're playing some masks. And first of all, I want to know how everybody's doing, and I want to know your name, your pronouns, anything else, and then we're going to get into some last-minute character creation stuff before we jump into the game, baby. So let's start with who I see first. Aram, you're over there.
Hey, my name is Aram. I am in the top left, and I'm playing Captain Yeet. And Captain Yeet is a really nice guy and like wants everyone to be happy and like wants to give them hugs. I didn't roll those. And like wants everyone to be happy and everyone to give hugs. And my pronouns are he and him, and his pronouns are he and him. And those are important because they make everyone feel safe.
There you go, Captain Yeet. And Aram.
How old is Captain Yeet?
Yeah.
Captain Yeet is 18.
Okay.
18 months or years?
No, like that. No, like years. Like that's funny, but like years. Yeah, years. Yeah.
Interesting.
Amazing. And Nikki. I have
Hi.
to figure out which direction everyone is.
I am the being known as Top Right. My name is Nikki. My pronouns are they, them. I am playing Grep. They are doomed is their playbook. They are this heavy layered, like large trench coat over a like basketball jersey over another large hoodie that's like zipped all the way up and the hood is up and there's a puffball as well, over like baggy shorts, over sweatpants, over like huge snow boots, type kid.
Type kid, lads, if that's a type
cold?
that we know.
Yes, it's very cold in the world, Mackenzie, please. I don't want to imagine sweating the entire time.
No, it's so cold, yeah.
It's fucking freezing. That's the collaborative storytelling I'm throwing in. My part is it's cold. Yeah, how much of my backstory do I go in?
Not into all the backstory. We're gonna do a little bit of backstory
everything else about them is
excavation.
a fucking secret.
Yeah, we're gonna do some excavation when we begin our comic, when we begin our
And the
issue.
explicit tag starts with me. What the fuck is up?
Hell yeah, explicit tag. And now
Yeah, we don't have to pretend this time.
Oh,
yeah.
wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
can be
good? We can say fuck?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can say
Fuck.
fuck. This is
Fuck
our-
yeah.
Thank
Fuck.
fucking God.
Not that it mattered the last time we did a Joey.
Yeah, we can say fuck as much as we want. This is on our feed. We're gonna fucking get into it. And then I pointed out RV. So RV.
All right, Arby, talk about your buttholes. Let's get explicit.
Well, my character has 3 buttholes. The maximum
Classic.
pleasure.
Sure. Why not?
My name is Arby.
Where are
My
they? No,
pronouns
where are the other two? But you have to tell us now. Where are the other 2 buttholes?
You're assuming one of them is in the regular place.
That's
Right.
fair.
I
wanna
Where
say-
are all 3 of your buttholes?
What's on
It's
my...
like a belt.
Okay. We're going too far. Going too
Fair.
far.
Welcome to Masks.
My name is Arvi. My pronouns are he, him. And I am playing Fayboy, who is an outsider. Her pronouns are she, her. And she is from the planet Glamtron. She full-on looks like an alien drag queen. Has a full face of makeup on, although to her it's just the way she looks. It's just like her skin. She's got like lavender skin, like big amethyst colored hair, black wing cat eye. Her skin's like kind of glittery and shimmering, but they're meant to be like freckles. She wears purple tights that form into pumps and has like these long green emerald gloves that have like fringe on. I mean, it's just like maximum like like drag excellence here.
Maximum fabulosity.
Exactly. And that's Fayboy.
Amazing. And now, wow, in the wrong direction, Joey.
Hey,
It's weird
what's
being in the middle
up?
of the Brady Bunch right now.
Right? Oh gosh. Okay. So hi, I'm Joey, pronouns he, him, and I'm gonna be playing Danny Haviv, aka Clank, who is the transformed playbook. And if you couldn't tell, he is a cyborg. Grew up in a small town, and something
That's
happened.
why you're wearing glasses.
That's who's also wearing glasses, because not everything can be perfect. Okay.
And we're back.
And we're done dissociating, and we're back.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck else am I supposed to say.
Nothing else. We can get into more into backstory when we get to know these characters. And we have a couple, we're peeling back the curtain a bit. And we have a couple questions to answer as a group, which I'm very excited to see mostly the relationships we decide on. But first, we're going to figure out how this rowdy bunch of weirdos came together. So everybody, if you haven't played Masks before, everyone has a question on their playbook that is associated with them that helps build the story of how this team became a team. And so and this is all collaborative, so throw out your ideas and we'll decide what we want to do. So for the bull, the question was, we defeated a dangerous enemy. Who or what was it?
The lacrosse team.
Stupid.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's one of our nominees. Does anybody
Yeah.
have a better idea than the lacrosse team?
What do you mean
the
a better
lacrosse team
idea,
could have been
Mackenzie?
like possessed, like magically
No,
possessed,
they're
or they were
just
zombies.
evil. No, don't let them get away with that.
Are they
They're
Possessed?
evil?
Are they like
Yeah.
a supervillain team? The
Super
lacrosse
villain
team?
lacrosse team?
Yeah.
I mean, like all together. Yeah. No, they're just evil. They're just evil, and we have to defeat them.
To be some sort of they're not just people aspect to the dangerous
I don't know,
enemy.
Mackenzie. Maybe we can kind of blur
What-
the lines of what hero means for us, and
Wait,
maybe
what
we can
identifies
just kill
evil?
innocent people.
They're bad people, and they don't think about others, and they make fun of people and harm them. And they have a plot to take down happiness.
Yeah, their plot was that they were playing lacrosse, and then some superpowered people came and murdered them.
That sounds accurate.
So let's pick a less innocent crowd of people to.
They're not innocent. They may not be supervillains, but they're not innocent.
We could.
Okay,
we
but
could,
who
we
is
could
the
build off
supervillain?
of.
Aram,
we
now
could.
is not the time to play out your anti-lax bro fantasies.
What if the okay, but seriously, like, what if the coach is like manipulating them? What if the coach is like so there are all these like dude bro, like monsters, and they're really good because the coach is giving them some kind of power, like putting something in their drink or their Gatorade or whatever. But it also
Gatorade.
Now we're gonna give
to
it
their
gas.
Gatorade.
Okay.
But we're not getting that sponsor. But it also manipulates them into being like this. Like they kind of like they follow his orders to the T. Like it seems like he's just a really good coach.
Yeah.
But he's actually like sending him out to like break into things and steal chemicals for him so he can increase his mind control.
Yeah, can the
Gatorade.
coach be the supervillain?
The
they're not the
so the coach
supervillain.
is the villain,
The
right?
lacrosse
Yeah.
coach.
Right.
If
But I think
anyone's
it's the
ever
lacrosse
seen
guys.
the episode Go Fish from season 2 of Buffy, The
Let me
swim coach-
let me pull out my
Yeah.
the Buffy scripts that I
Buffy
have here
scripts,
that you mailed me a couple years ago.
Yeah. Similarly enough, there was a swim coach who was like poisoning his swimmers to make them into like monsters that could swim
Yep.
very well. So yeah, we have an evil lacrosse coach. What's his supervillain name?
The coach.
Don't leave that to
Yes.
Aram.
The coach.
It's the coach.
The coach is his name. He's a
The coach.
supervillain.
Can it be Coach X?
Coach X?
You know how schools
He
usually
normally
like,
goes
this
by
is
the
Coach
coach,
V.
but his
Coach-
superhero name is Coach X. No one
Wait,
will ever
yeah, the
know.
coach,
Yeah, right.
aka Coach
Coach
X.
X.
Okay.
Or maybe the X becomes a question mark.
Well,
Coach?
Coach?
Making them evil. Okay, so you were fighting the coach, aka Coach X,
Yeah.
and he was sort of using
not to be
his
confused with a specific particular X-Men.
yeah. There is
Right.
an
Yes,
X-Men?
not
Oh,
Professor
no.
X.
Not
Professor
Professor
X.
X. This is Coach
No,
X.
Coach X doesn't have tenure.
This
no.
this coach is bald, but he's not
Yeah.
that. And let me see. What other questions do we have? So I like Coach X. I want to build off of that. He was poisoning his lacrosse team to make them into like an army of super strong, evil lacrosse players, and so you
Yeah.
kind of had to rescue them from their evil coach. That was
they're super strong and dangerous, and like they're hot, and their legs are. But they're the bad guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. You totally don't want to have sex with them. They're the bad guys.
The-
Okay, but once again, the coach is the bad guy.
Yeah,
not the
Right.
players, right?
the
Yeah.
coach is the bad guy.
the players are the coach's henchmen.
Yeah, they're
True.
becoming the henchmen. They're almost.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the players willingly took the Gatorade.
They did not
No.
know it was poisoned and would make them
Yeah.
into.
So they've been tricked.
They're
but I
kind of
don't know.
Can we
I just
call
think
it-
they're
if you will.
jerks.
Can we call it
Yeah.
haterade?
Haterade. They were drinking some Haterade. All right. They were drinking Haterade.
I'm totally gonna. make a little bottle of Haterade. I'm gonna do the whole logo over. I'm absolutely gonna do that.
All right. So this all obviously it makes sense why maybe Captain Yeet was involved in this situation, but somehow you all sort of came to the realization that there was an evil coach at Halcyon High, and
Yeah.
so you all were defeating. You were all in the midst of defeating. You all realized you were supers. You were going to defeat Coach X, and you didn't trust each other at first because you didn't know really who the other ones were. But that changed. What changed that? That is
Who
from
answers
the
that?
Outsiders playbook.
That's from my
there we
playbook,
go.
yeah.
Yeah.
We were all drafted.
Maybe something happened where one of you proved yourselves to the other ones, or you protected somebody. Something that built trust in this first
I think
sort of encounter that made you want to be a team.
Did the
Yeah,
outsider? Did you go to school with us?
did we wait?
Exchange
are we
student?
all in all in high
you're
school?
a transfer
You're all
student.
supposed to
You
be like
transferred in.
teenagers-ish, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a transfer student.
Yeah, and so you kind of have like a human persona that you take on, I guess, to go around.
It's not much of a human persona. but-
Yeah.
My
Transfer
human name
student,
is Patsy
K-boy.
Popsicle.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm so happy about that. Hi,
I like the
Patsy.
idea that maybe Fayboy was like asked to name herself and sort of made it like in a George Glassian way.
Yeah.
It was like it's all like a Patsy Cline record and someone eating a popsicle. It was like
Oh, she totally.
Patsy Popsicle.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
she totally loves she loves sugar, and so she's always got like a lollipop or a popsicle in her mouth.
Amazing.
I think that the lacrosse team would probably they would probably be like they probably would have been picking on one or all of us, right? And then we maybe kind of banded together.
Yeah, that's why I knew they were evil, because they were mean to all of you. They were fine to me, because like.
So you kind of
but
like
they were mean to all of you.
Trauma
Because
bonded
look
with
at
your
him.
bully.
Yeah,
by
why
being
would
bullied
they?
by the
Why
same
would they
people.
leave you out?
Just
Oh, 'cause-
look at him.
Oh, because I'm like, I'm cool, but it doesn't matter. Like everyone's who they are. Yeah,
People
We're all great.
exist.
yeah.
Okay, so you all began to trust each other once you were all being bullied by the same people, and realized like we have to trust each other in order to defeat these bullies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
let's
fr-
do that.
All right, and so as you all were sort of making your powers known to each other, and once the culmination, once Coach X had, really, really dug his claws into these lacrosse players, they were transforming into these hideous, just disgusting creatures, just spewing out haterade from their pores and dripping it out of their mouth with blood. It was this giant, incredible battle on the lacrosse field. You won, but you paid a high cost for that victory. And what was it? And that's from the Doomed playbook.
Hail.
So what was the cost you paid to defeat Coach X and his army of minions, of haterade minions?
Question. Are we going to like a superhero school, or is this like we're in a regular high school and
You're in a regular high school, but supers are known in this world, and so people can know that you are superpowered individuals unless you are maybe a playbook like the Janus, who is hiding it from the world. Like a lot of them, a lot of playbooks maybe wear masks and masks and things to hide who they are, but some can't. Like maybe Clank or Fayboy can't hide as well.
And there's rules in this place. So like if you're a teenager and you use your powers and people know, you can get in trouble. So a lot of teenagers will hide so that people don't know they're using their powers.
So maybe
that might be the world you played in your other game.
Oh, is that not the? I just thought that was the main world. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I apologize.
It's not my world. I'm the GM now.
I'm wrong. Yes.
Yeah. No. Supers are you all have a haven that you are allowed to go to. You are implored to go out on missions and help the city. So. Yeah, people know who you are, but the high school you attend is like a normal high school. You just sort of cohabitate with normal teenagers.
Okay, if that's the case, then Captain Yeet doesn't have an identity. Like, he calls himself Captain Yeet, but he doesn't have a mask. He just runs around as him. And everyone knows, he has T-shirts that say Captain Yeet that he wears to school.
Sounds good,
and sells for a good profit.
Right.
Out of the back of his locker.
Redbubble.
Yeah, I sell them out of the back of my Jeep Wrangler. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
He's fulfilling an economics class project. That's how the teachers are okay with it.
Yes, exactly. All right, so
real talk,
as you were fighting,
I did definitely sell candy bars as part of an economics. No, I didn't sell candy bars. I sold pizza after school. Me and my friend Daniel Howell bought Little Caesars and got his older brother to deliver it to our school, and we sold slices for $2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Made some money on that.
We called it pizza sluts.
Pizza sluts. Oh, you know you want it.
I
Pizza
expected
sluts
nothing
definitely
less,
exists
Nikki.
in this world. Pizza sluts is a whole business in this world for sure.
Who's being arrested right now? Oh, okay.
Yeah, which one of us has gone too far?
Me. Because I live right next to a fire station, so I get a lot of that all the time. So back to the fight with...
So you're responsible for all this heat today.
I am. For Coach
Behind the
X.
scenes, it's hot in Chicago today.
It's so
It is.
hot. I had
It's
to
really
install
hot.
my AC
It's
unit
gorgeous.
today.
Yeah.
I had to you're
Shut
a
up,
liar.
Arby.
What was the high cost you paid for victory against Coach X and his
Garrett
army?
died.
Damn.
Garrett.
So
Garrett,
who's
the star lacrosse player.
Wow.
So
Wow.
Garrett
Oh,
was the star
no.
lacrosse player. How
I
did
was in
you
love with
you
Garrett.
know him? You were in love with Garrett. So you were in love with Garrett. He was one of the last to be transformed.
So I was so mad.
Yeah, and he told you that the key to defeating Coach X was to use the blood of the minions to create this sort of super powered weapon, and he sacrificed his life so that you could defeat Coach X.
He died in my arms on the
He died in your
50-yard line.
arms.
Yeah.
Because it's a lacrosse field, but it's also a football field, and it's a baseball field because we have a huge budget. So he died
Okay,
in my
baseball
arms
field
on
is
the
actually
50-yard
really
line.
different from a football field.
You could still
limited room.
change it. It can still...
Just
We
gonna roll up
changed it
tarps.
every
They
game.
just just lay out like patches of grass.
Yeah, Garrett died, and it was like partially Grep's fault.
Whoa.
But Grep and Yeet haven't really unpacked that. I'm not sure if Grep. I'm not sure if Yeet knows.
That's true. I probably don't realize it happened.
Yeah.
But if I did know, I'd be really mad. Yeah.
Alrighty, and then finally from the transformed playbook, after you defeated Coach X. There's a lot of noises happening outside my window. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Don't worry.
Hold for sound, please.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
After-
also because of all the damage and all the reconstruction, the woodworking class had to be cut.
Oh shit.
Why? It'd be so important. They
Yeah.
could fix things.
Is that the high
Oh
cost?
shit, you're
Why would
right.
you
You
do-
know, and
Why
and
would they
everyone
cut that class?
You're so right, Aram, and yet it's just hard to tell. You know, there's so many other factors that go into this.
Not a very smart
It's just
principal.
mismanagement is
It
what
was
it is.
between drama and woodworking,
And they were like, we got to keep the arts alive.
The drama team actually put up a really good case on why they should, if you can imagine what it was like, on why they're.
It was like Rent, but don't cut our program. It's basically
Yeah.
they just reworked the words.
Incredible. So from the Transformed playbook, as you defeated Coach X and his army of mutant lacrosse players after
Who we also saved? Question mark.
some of them you were able to revert back to their normal states, but there were casualties after ones that had gone a little bit too far, especially the casualty of dear Garrett, star lacrosse player.
Star of the school.
Star of the school. He's the most popular boy in school. There's now plaques to him all across
Was the
Halcyon
president?
High.
Was the student president?
Yes.
Head of the Gay Straight Alliance.
Yes.
Head of the Model UN.
He was
Yeah.
everything.
He was an
Yeah.
athlete.
He was a
He
mathlete.
was an athlete.
He
yeah.
was
was-
also
he was everything.
like our mascot was just a larger Garrett.
Yeah. Now it is. Now the mascot
Now
is
it is.
Halcyon High's Garrett's.
But there's
Garrett
but there's a single tear stitched into the large bobblehead mask.
exactly
little armband.
So that's exactly what the mascot of the high school is now. And from the Transformed playbook, after you defeated, or even during, you drew the attention and ire of plenty during this fight, but one important person in particular now hates and fears you all. Who is that?
I mean, that's got to be none other than our principal, who is really the big brains behind.
Yeah.
Okay, the
operation.
principal who's the brains behind it.
He
That's why
wants
so
more
many of
funding
our
for the
teachers
school.
are evil.
And
Right?
his name is Principal X.
That's how we know.
Literally EXX.
Yeah.
The triple X. There's a third X somewhere else in the school, and they're like a
That's the
triad of evil
superintendent.
villains. Yeah.
That's XXX.
That's Super Nintendo Charles.
Although if we're doing it like Triple X, it'd be XXX because it's little X,
XX.
big X, little X. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the big boss is Charlie XCX.
Yeah.
All right, so that is sort of how you all came together, and though Principal X is the main villain for the entire campaign of this group, this week we will not be focusing on anything to do with any of those people.
Damn. Really?
Yeah.
Well, let me put up all my lacrosse
But it is important
I
to know.
kept Garrett's stick. I keep it up on my wall. Like, I don't keep it up at home because it makes my mom and my mom sad. But like in my little place at like our Teen Titan Towers, I have it like up on a wall like you would a sword. I made like a little plaque for it,
Oh my gosh.
and I wrote Garrett
That's
with
beautiful.
Sharpie.
And one of the ends is kind of sticky sometimes. We don't know why.
I also like misspelled his name halfway through and had to like draw over a letter and then
Like
finish it afterwards.
Gareit, like Garrett.
Exactly. Yeah.
Look
Garrett.
at Rom.
Garrett.
I thought
Garrett.
Captain Yeet was the smartest of all of us.
Really? I kind of give that vibe. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know, something about the low, deep voice made me think genius.
Oh.
Dragged. All right. So, yes, it's important to know how you all came together, and maybe if we ever play this again, we will get more into the overarching campaign of Principal X and how he is involved in the inner workings of Halcyon City. But before we get into our main adventure, we're also going to figure out the relationships you each have with each other. If you've played Masks before, you would know that each person in the party sort of has two different things and that are sort of different kinds of relationships they have with other people within the party. We're going to go through and collaborate and figure out who's connected to who and how, and influence over each other will be granted. So let's start with the bull, because that's what I have written down first. So, Aram,
Yeah.
someone in this party is your love. You've
Yeah.
opened up to them about the worst parts of your past.
Yeah.
So-
yeah. It's Clank.
Clank.
Right?
Clank. Okay.
It's gotta be. It's
you
gotta
love
be Clank.
Clank. Clank.
I love Clank.
How do you feel about that? Would you be okay with being the love of the bull? It doesn't have to be romantic. It can very much, in my opinion, be platonic love. I think romantic makes it sort of boxed in a little too
it's
much.
definitely platonic because my mom and my mom are amazing, but like my dad was kind of a flake, so I never really got to know him. And Clank's like my dad because
Clank
Clank
is a
like
teenager.
knows Clank like knows how to
18,
do
who
things, and
supposedly
Clank
died a year ago.
Clank taught me how to drive, and Clank taught me how to fix a tire. Yeah. Like I don't know any of these things, but like Clank showed me how. So like Clank's like maybe not a dad, but like an older brother.
Okay,
And
you two are the same
I
age,
really
but
love
okay.
him. Yeah.
So Clank, are you okay with that tying you together?
Maybe here,
Do you have a choice?
I think I do. Here's how we'll make that
We don't
work.
get to choose who loves us, Mackenzie.
We don't.
But consent is key,
They were like
so-
childhood friends, okay? And Clank was a way
Okay.
more mature
Yeah, always.
than
sure.
Yeet.
Yeah.
Even though
And that
Still
actually,
is. Still is.
and also
Yeah.
it's jumping
true.
around a little bit, but that actually helps with the transformed. Someone knew you before you changed. That could be
Yeah.
Oh,
Captain Yeet or Chance Cooper.
let's go, Chance. There you go.
So,
This motorcycle by my house. So that kind of kills two
Really?
birds with one stone. So
The motorcycle?
So Clank, you have an
Wait,
influence.
we have a Chance and a Chauncey.
a Chance,
Yeah.
a Chauncey, and Danny.
Oh,
I guess.
no.
Clank.
I just realized that too.
So
yeah.
Clank.
And a
you-
Patsy.
Nikki, did you do that intentionally?
No, I thought Chauncey's a cool name.
Chauncey,
It's cool.
Danny, Patsy, Chance.
Yeah, well, okay, it'll work.
Just call me
Everyone calls
Grab.
me CC anyway, so it's fine.
No, they
Alrighty,
call you
so-
Cooper.
Cooper, yeah, they call me Cooper. Yeah.
Ew.
It's like
Yeah,
a
I
new
like
Because
that.
you got two
Yeah.
first
How they call
names.
Marissa Cooper.
Yeah, they
Gross.
call me
Cooper.
Cooper.
Gross.
So,
All right, Clank, you have influence now over Captain Yeet. That's how English works. I could not think of that word. And basically, influence will come in play later, but that means that you have certain additions when you are sort of trying to influence them or comfort them or something like that. So you have +1 influence over Captain Yeet by being his love. And now, Aram, someone is your rival. They tried to
Grab.
control you at a crucial moment.
Aram, we
Yeah,
could play
yeah.
against type. I'm just wondering.
yeah, we could, but we're not gonna definitely grab.
I was like,
no,
okay,
actually,
listen,
no,
you know the
it's
answer
not.
to this.
It's Fayboy. It's Fayboy.
there we
because,
go.
yeah, because Fayboy made a play for Garrett, and I didn't like that because, like, I know that Garrett's bi, and like, I fully support that Garrett's bi. I think it's awesome that Garrett knows himself, but like,
He's
but
dead.
like,
Okay.
but like, I love Garrett.
Yeah, you
And,
mean
like,
Garrett
and
knew himself.
Knew him. Well, yeah. 'cause he's
But
dead.
so
Yeah.
in reality, though, Fayboy has one of Fayboy's superpowers is like pheromones.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
so it
okay.
was not. It was a one-way like crush between like Garrett, and me. So
Okay.
I
It was
had
fascinating,
no eyes towards Garrett.
It's so
All
frustrating.
But Captain
right.
Heat didn't know that.
Captain, you did not know that, and now Fayboy is his rival.
Yeah.
So Fayboy,
And
you
Fayboy
also
doesn't know it either.
No, you have no idea
Yeah.
of
Fayboy
all this
still has
animosity
no
that's
idea.
simmering.
Fayboy, you also have an influence now over Captain Yeet.
Oh, nice.
Which will come up later. Yes, in your basic moves, there's a section about influence, and basically, when you have influence over them, you take +1 to any moves targeting them. Like if you're trying to comfort them or influence them or anything like that, you have +1 over that, and that is the bull's backstory. So now let's move on to Fayboy. Fayboy, you've been learning about Earth by spending time with someone in our group. Who is that?
Yeah, I think so. I thought about this. I think it would be Clank, because I think Fayboy and Clank are obviously like stand out as far as like how they look, except that Clank is actually from Earth and Fayboy is not. So I think she would probably try to, learn a thing or two about navigating being a human from someone who doesn't necessarily look like they're human.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree with that. And if I may be so bold to jump into my last one.
Yeah, please.
I think that Fayboy would be the person who comforted Clank when they were at their lowest. Because again, it's
That's very
that
sweet. Yeah.
external, we are very noticeably different.
Yeah.
Just a reminder to everyone, I am playing too, and if anyone wants to have a relationship with me or my character, I'll be here in the top right corner playing the game. And I'm open to have relationships with characters, but I can kind of tell that maybe you guys are interested, so like that's okay.
We will soon. We will soon. Real quick, so Faye Boy. Oh wait, we have one more thing for you. Yeah. So Clank is who you've been spending time with. He's teaching you about Earth a bit. You've also comforted him when he was at his lowest. You two are bonding because you two are the very visible outsiders. You also have a crush on somebody, but you keep it under wraps. They don't know you have a crush on them. Faye Boy, who do you have a crush on?
I think Favour would have a crush on Grep.
There it is!
Faye Boy has a crush on Grep.
Ooh,
Okay.
Picked last for kickball, but still picked.
What was the moment where Faye Boy realized she had a crush on Grep?
I think I don't really know much about Grep.
Did you see the picture I put in Discord?
No, I didn't see it.
I put a picture in Discord of how I imagined Grep.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that's actually really cool art. I totally
Yeah,
dig
it's
it.
great. I don't think we could show it. But go follow the Instagram artist Brack Metal. Great artist.
I think the moment that Fayboy would have had a crush on Grep is noticing the way, like, doesn't really know Grep that much, but she noticed the way that like they dress, and part
She's
of
into it.
yeah, so she's kind of into it, and part of Glamtronian culture is like they're obsessed with like Earth and Earth programming, especially like television, except they only get like 90s programs, so they don't know anything about like current culture and Earth. and so I think like, you know, like noticing like this kind of fashion forward like character Grep would definitely have.
And Grep
caught
definitely,
Fayboy's
don't
eyes.
get me wrong, Grep has fucking 200k followers on Twitter.
That sounds about right. And so, Fayboy, your influence isn't based on your relationships, but actually your demeanor. So you're either haughty or cheerful. And based on what your personality is, if you're haughty, you think you're better than everyone. Or if you're cheerful, you're thrilled to be here. It depends on what kind of influence you give everyone. So what's Fayboy's demeanor?
Fayboy's demeanor is definitely cheerful.
Cool.
Because she is happy to be on Earth and she's happy to kind of explore pop culture.
All right. So then everyone take one influence over Fayboy. And then we've already kind of figured out, actually, the transformed Clank's things. So Fayboy comforted you when you were at your lowest, and Captain Yeet knew you before you changed, sort of your relationships to everybody else. And so for you, it says your influence is you try not to care about what other people think, even if you can't shut everyone out. So you give influence over you to one person on the team. Who would that be?
I mean, I've got something with everybody, so how about Grep?
Thank you. Yes.
All right. So Grep has influence
Picked
for
again.
Clank.
Yeah, I like that.
Don't call it a comeback.
All right, and finally, we're going to talk about Grep's relationships. You told somebody
What?
all about your doom and the danger you're in. Who did you tell?
I told Faye that and also kind of made it sound like it was when she was really like, you know, trying to learn about people and culture, and I mentioned it in a way that made it sound like everybody has this doom.
Okay. So you've convinced Fayboy that everyone has the same doom as you.
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. And you also would love to kiss somebody before your doom comes. Who do you want to kiss?
I want to kiss Clank. I want to give Clank a little smooch.
All right. Is this a crush or is this just a
No, not
fascination?
at all. No feelings.
Okay.
I want to give Clank a little smooch as a gift to
generous.
them. I mean,
Yeah.
like a gift in the sense of like, I want him to remember what it's like to be smooched. By the way, Joey, I don't know what the fuck is it half your face metal or is it the whole deal or what's up?
About 60%. is
60%.
metal. The rest is organic.
What percent of your lips are metal?
About 50%.
What
50%,
percent of your
right down the
lips
middle,
are
huh?
organic?
Or is the bottom lip metal and the top's not, or what's going on?
It's half.
It's like a half and half. There's like a mechanism, on the side of
A
the
nice
jaw.
little two-face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Incredible.
I would love to maybe not the lips then, but I would love to give the metal side of your face a smooch to feel like I'm doing you a favor. But also I'm personally interested in what it would be like to kiss metal.
There's a light post right outside, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to kiss living metal like that's what really gets me interested. I don't know.
Light posts are alive.
I am very concerned for
electricity going
Grep's
through them.
search history.
Oh gosh. All right, and Grep, your influence is the people who matter for what you need to do, that matter for your sort of journey in your doom. So you give influence to 2 of your teammates. Who gets influence over you?
Captain Yeet has influence over me because they have kept me the most safe from peering demonic eyes that appear in the shadowy corners of closets. And I will say, let's say Fayboy also has influence
Alrighty.
over possibly. I'm interested if I could go live where Fayboy is from.
You're trying to move
Because
in with Fayboy on GlamCon.
I'm trying to leave Earth so that
They can go to Glamtron with me.
I'm trying to escape my doom.
All right.
Incredible. So I think that is actually all of the little backstory things we need to do. Does everybody feel good enough? Everybody feeling solid to start?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Open up this comic book?
Can we?
That's right.
Are we do we want to talk about our powers and abilities right now? Or
Yeah,
is that
Actually, I'd
something-
be very interested.
Yeah, I'd like to know a little bit about the backstories too. Like, how did you
Yeah.
come into your powers? Do we have time for that? Can we...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was planning
always
on doing a
knew.
little bit too in the opening of just giving you some panels to discuss some very pivotal moments in your life and maybe how you came into it. But we can also talk more literally
Yeah.
what are your powers
Well,
and
Mom was a super,
Okay.
and when Mom and Mom had me, it was a really tough time, and they were super stressed out. And Mom put me
Aram,
on the
I wanna
roof.
stop
But
you
do,
right
do
here.
mom
Yeah.
and mom have names?
Listen, Aram, I love what you're doing, and I fully support it. If
Yes.
you are dangerously close to stepping on Dr. Mom's territory, and if you in any way overshadow her, I will
trust you, I'm not
fucking
gonna-
walk
Look,
the
Mama-
20 minutes it is to your house and break your window.
Look,
But
Mom was a
listen,
super,
I love
and she was
Mom.
great, right?
I love Mom. I love what you're doing.
Yeah.
I love it. Continue.
But they were really stressed out, and Mom was at the grocery store one day, and Mom put me on the roof in my little carrier, but then just drove away because she didn't know, and she backed right up over me, but I was fine because I blew a tire out, but I was okay, and so they knew that I was really strong, and I can get hit by a car, and even as a baby, and it's fine. She was really upset for a long time, and she felt guilty, and I had to do a little therapy, but I tell her it's fine every day, and for my 14th birthday, she gave me a tire, we both laughed, and yeah, we're getting through it.
your mom ran you over with a car.
Yeah, with an 87 Buick. It was a heavy car.
Perfect.
Okay.
Oh my glob.
All right. What is your mom's powers?
She was so she could fly, and she was really strong, and she had bracelets that could stop bullets, and
Ooh.
she had
Oh,
this
okay.
net that would make people be nice, and and she still
Wonder
has
Woman,
that net,
okay.
but I can't play with the net because every time I touch the net, I end up getting in a lot of trouble. But and she's a shield, and she came from some island. She's awesome.
An all female island that's definitely not Amazonian at all, and yeah.
No, it's something like that though. But she came from this all island, and she's 1,000, but she looks great.
Just
Mackenzie
imagining
also-
Diana
also
Prince,
the-
Wonder Woman
the-
having a baby named Captain Yeet.
In my mind, the
Her
vehicle
hubris.
proficiency is really what separates Wonder Woman and this character.
Yes. Well, no, Mom didn't run me over. Mom
ran
me
you over. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
sorry.
Yeah.
Thank
yeah.
God.
How could I mix up Mom and Mom?
All
And
right.
mom and mom both are supers.
No,
Just
mom's
Mom.
just like mom. Yeah. Yeah.
But Mom is not Wonder Woman. She's off-brand Wonder Woman.
I can't wait till episode 29 when we meet Mom.
Right.
She's the grandmother. Incredible. So that is Captain Yeat's powers and sort of how he came to know his powers. Anybody compelled to just talk about how you came to be?
Wait, so what were Captain Yeat's powers?
Yeah, what are the actual powers? What can
Oh,
you
like
do?
I'm just like
Invulnerability
super-
to cars.
Yeah, I'm like super strong
Super
and hit by a
strength.
car. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
the
it?
bull.
I'm just-
the bull
my
only.
powers are strong.
Yeah, the
Those are
bull.
my powers.
The bull literally only has superhuman toughness and strength and can fight really well. Those are the only
Yeah.
powers the bull can have. If you
Meat
ever play a
shield.
bull.
Meat shield.
Yeah, basically.
Awesome. I dig it.
All right. Who wants to talk about their powers next? You all kind of had more choices with your powers, so I'm interested to see what you chose.
Yeah, I'll go next.
Yeah.
So Fayboy's from the planet Glamtron and crash landed on Earth a couple of years ago. She's in human years she's 18, but in Glamtronian years she's 500 years old, and she's so she came to Earth to as like as a visitor to try to get more stories of Earth back to Glamtron, right? And the stories are like like pop culture music and like television shows and whatnot. She has so on Glamtron she actually doesn't have any real, like, they don't consider it like special powers, right? So she can fly. She has density control, which means she can kind of control it's like kind of like phasing almost, like she
Okay.
can control the density of her molecules, make them, she can be like very very heavy and solid, or can like phase through objects. And I think those abilities are like natural to Glamtronians. Like the way that the atmosphere is on that planet is a lot different than Earth. So that's just like an everyday life type thing for them. And Glamtronians also have like pheromones that allow them to do different things. So, and I don't know, like,
Steel boyfriends.
Yes.
well, so part of it is I can kind of control with varying degrees of like emotional responses or attraction and repulsion, or even like induce sleep. Tell me if I'm going too far.
No, it's fine. I love this.
And I think that's connected to the idea of like having, like, being able to control my density in the molecular level. So like when I have a lighter like density, that kind of like disperses like the pheromones and molecules a bit more.
It's kind of like a ladrony almost. Like, yeah, like I like that. Depending on your density depends on the amount of pheromones that are sort of emitting. That's very cool.
Yep.
So
love
you can
that.
become really dense.
Yeah.
Not as
All right.
dense as Captain Yeet, though.
Not as dense as Captain Yeet.
Hey!
Yeah, no one's as dense as me.
Greb, let me
Sure,
know what your
buddy.
powers are. What are your powers? How did you get them?
Okay. Okay, so, Chauncey, they were just 14 when their parents built a very strange machine. And it was designed to view a world unseen. When the machine just broke, their parents went and quit. But then Chauncey took a look inside of it, and there was a great big flash, and things changed.
Aram is nodding, and I don't know if he knows the reference.
I know it is a reference because I can hear that it rhymes. So I'm assuming there's some shenanigans happening, but no, I don't know these specific shenanigans.
It's okay because this is where the plot deviates from Danny Phantom. So Chauncey's parents are demon hunters, and they were exploring, and it's kind of like a family business, or it's like, it's been in the family for a long time, and so they were actually exploring through their grandzo's, their grandzo, their attic, when they found this like glass dome with these like kind of like ovular like spheres inside them, and they opened up the spheres and grabbed them, and then the spheres started like injecting, and these are like, you know, like almost fist-sized spheres. They like kind of turned on their own, and like pupils started forming on the spheres and looking back at Chauncey, and then sinking into their skin and like moving up their arms and throughout their body. And Granzo stormed up and revealed that those were the eyes of an old devil that was supposedly killed a long time ago. But the eyes have kind of parasitically entered Chauncey's body. And Granzo is fearing that if and when Chauncey ever dies, the parasite will be able to reanimate Chauncey's body and kind of create a rebirth for the devil, which was devil number 36, D36. And D36. And will basically create a rebirth for this devil. And first things first, probably hunt down Chauncey's parents. And then after that's done, just start wreaking havoc in the world.
What are the powers that this gives you?
I can just make eyeballs. No, I'm kidding. The eyeballs do grant me all the powers of Devil Eyes, which luckily for me are very good. I have telekinesis. I also have body transmutation, something I'm completely unfamiliar with as Nikki. And I also have vitality absorption, because that's our color.
Vitality!
And I was like, sure, why not?
It all connects.
So basically, the eyes, they can glow a faint red and activate a certain telekinesis. I have to surface the eyes on anywhere on my body in order to activate their powers. Usually it's on the palms of my hands.
Wait a minute. You're a beholder. You're basically a beholder.
Oh.
You've created a beholder.
Yeah, but a beholder if it was less eyes and also not stalks, but they float around
thing
inside my
from
body.
Pan's
Right.
Labyrinth.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
usually
really?
hands.
Yeah.
But like it can be shoulder, it can be on my face, it can be on my
Wow.
back.
Just open an eye somewhere on your body, and that eye releases power. That is
Gross.
peak creepy Nikki. Well done.
Would you expect anything less?
Nope, but I'm still impressed.
It also like has allowed a little bit of body transmutation. I didn't view this to be like the main part of the power, but like obviously like wherever the eye grows on my body will kind of enhance that body part a little bit. It might grow a little bit. And if there are arm powers, sue me. And
Power.
the eyes can also open up to reveal teeth in center slits of the eyes. In order to bite people and suck their vitality, whatever that fucking means.
So they
They're
turn into vampire eyes.
eyeballs.
They
Okay.
could be, yes.
Vampire
Yeah.
devil eyes
Yep.
embedded into your
vampire
hands.
devil eyes.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm
so
horrified.
Scary. So yeah.
and you've convinced Faye
Yeah.
that everyone has
Everyone has vampire eyes in their skin.
Yeah, I mean, more so that, like, Faye's the only one that knows that, like, I'm being, that, like, you know, my death could result in the rebirth of a powerful devil.
So she thinks that if any human dies, a powerful devil will be.
Yeah, I basically told her that, like, we all have devils or sometimes angels that look over our bodies. And I kind of, like, framed it in that sense. But, yeah.
That's incredible. So after that wild description, Clank, what are your powers?
I'm boring as fuck. I'm a robot. No,
I've got Wi-Fi.
Beep,
My
That's my
dad
power.
is
Yeah.
a toaster.
Yeah, basically. No, so Danny's actually going through 2 transformations, right?
Shit, your name is Danny?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Right?
I should have chose that for my theme song.
You should have. it all connects, right, Nikki? Isn't that
Yeah.
how it all
It all
connects? So they're trans man. and was just kind of like a pretty normal kid. Nothing super crazy. Had really nice parents. Like, just very responsible, very focused on school, and like trying to get to a better school, like for college. So on a tour at one of the college in the cities for this like big like robotics school, like whatever the world's equivalent of like MIT is, right? There was this like horrible accident, and Danny sacrificed himself so that the other students that were on the tour were able to escape. But in doing so, it just completely destroyed his body. And one of the scientists that was there was able to actually recover most of the body parts and put him back together in this mesh of metal and flesh. So that's kind of how he got his stuff. And I mean, basic powers, just impenetrable armor, because just the majority of his body is metal of some sort, and technopathy. So he can like adjust his body to different circumstances as needed. So if he needs like like a bigger hand to grab or hold something, he can kind of like shift it and it'll do the task that he needs. Or if he needs like a plasma cannon or something, it'll just kind of rotate, shift, and now he's got a
Like, oh, that's the rage. A larger hand or a plasma cannon.
yeah, basically. Yeah.
I'm kind of interested in that larger hand thing. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So that's our team. Are we excited to jump into this adventure? Are you guys ready to open this comic book
actually,
up?
I'm pretty disappointed by what we all decided to play, and I'd rather not. Can we do
I'm
another
incredibly
system?
happy.
A comic book, the cover showing a wretched hand reaching upwards, energy spilling out from the fingertips as lightning strikes behind it. Bright golden lettering says issue number 1, Promethia Unbound. We open up to page 1, panel 1. Welcome to Halcyon City, the bustling megalopolis and center of superhero activity in this world. A wide panel of 4 teenage superheroes coming together, facing a foe that looks like a lacrosse coach, surrounded by an army of mutated jocks with lacrosse sticks and other lacrosse paraphernalia that I don't know. It's
Yeah,
this
balls.
epic
Balls. I got
the
balls. Yeah.
This epic wide shot. It's almost like the legs of this evil coach and the heroes that we are following in between, posing, ready to take out. These
Huge legs.
Huge
Yeah.
legs.
Huge gap. Dump truck ass.
These next couple panels and pages show the epic battle that went down between Coach X and these heroes, and at the end of it, they became to trust and care about each other in a strange way, and ever since, they have been kind of working together as a team. They look epic, but they're not famous heroes yet. They're on their way, but they have a long way to go before they stand next to the great heroes of past generations. Flip the page, we now zoom in on a cliffside to the north of town. A brightly colored, modern architectured building sits overlooking the city of Halcyon. The outside is colored with every pigment you can imagine. Lights are embedded into the ground and they shine up, giving the building a very epic feel. We look through the front door and we see a brightly colored open area with a step-down living room, chairs that are plastic and hanging from the ceiling by bright chains, other various forms of 1970s interior design. Though the design roots are dated, it looks really fucking cool. In fact, it mostly looks like the clubhouse in Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed.
Stupid.
Of course.
Of course it
And
does.
this place is known as
Who's funding this?
the government?
All right.
Question mark?
I'm surprised why there wasn't a backstory thing. Who has rich parents?
There is a league of heroes that are involved with the government that have like basically created this place known as the Haven. It's sort of a sanctum
so we're
to
part
the
of
north.
a union.
Yeah, basically.
Hear that, Aram? In this campaign, we like unions.
Unions are great, yeah.
It is the Haven. It's called the Haven. It is a young hero sanctum north of the city. Young heroes across Halcyon come here to just hang out, stay protected, and there's also a access to something called the Terminal that sort of lets young hero groups know about danger across the city that needs their help. You never really get the big projects, but you get the ones that help build you into strong heroes. And like most heroes, like the 4 we saw on the first page, they kind of break into groups that go on missions because fate sort of intertwined them together. It is a late afternoon and the sun is slowly setting, bringing in a deep orange and pink natural light into the Haven windows. Heavy clouds begin to roll over as the sky darkens and distant thunder is heard. It will definitely storm tonight. Most every other team is out on missions. The haven is almost empty. We see a panel focusing on the front door showing a second to last group making its way out the front door on their way to a mission. They are comprised of a strange looking foursome that looks like a young woman with a white stripe in her hair and a large white dog by her side. Behind her, a handsome winged fashionista dressed in brilliant teals and purples and golds. Behind them, a sullen, lanky individual carrying a giant bone and wearing a beanie. And behind them, a short, bespectacled boy with an iPad and intricate cyberpunk armor. And now there's only 4 people left in the Haven. We're going to zoom to different parts of the Haven. We flip the page, and we see 3 splash panels that depict a very muscular, I'm assuming, Captain Yeet, young man
He's
in
actually
the
a
middle.
fucking twig, which
He's a
is
twig.
really strange, but he makes it work.
These 3 panels, the first one is of a baby being run over by a Jeep.
Oh, that's me.
And somehow the baby's hand is holding on to the tire as it's going over and lifting the Jeep over his little head. The second one is a panel of this young super wearing a t-shirt with the words Captain Yeet over it, surrounded by 2 very loving looking women that are holding his hands, and they're at a pride parade. And then the third panel is sort of where we find this character now. What is Captain Yeet doing? Where is he in the Haven, and what is he doing?
So I think he's walking in, and he
Okay.
just like glared at that. He didn't like that other team. That doesn't like him at all. So he glared at that other team, and he walks in. He's like, "I brought cookies," and he's got like a bunch of cookies that Mom made, and he's just putting them out on the like dining room table area.
All right, so he yells that he has cookies. As we flip the page, we see 3 more panels at the top of the page. We see one panel of a very kind of younger looking person, and then there's sort of like, I assume, has Grep always worn the kind of fashion that they wear?
It's been they've always had access to their parents' clothes, and so it's always been large things that they've slowly been growing into, but always usually around like 4 or 5 layers. But I mean, it looks really good.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
Like it's the colors are actually it's all black, always all black, and it looks really good. Very, Harajuku street fashion.
Hell yeah. The first panel shows a very young Grep, sort of, or young Chauncey, whatever they prefer to be called, sort of kind of adorning the layers of clothes for the first time and looking at themselves in a mirror and understanding how they want to present themselves to the world. And the second panel then shows this person. They have their hands holding out while these sort of eyeballs are ripping their way into their skin, and sort of showing the backstory of how the powers crept into Grep's body. And now we see where Grep is now. Where in the Haven are they, and what would they be doing?
They are in the kitchen trying to find culinary ingredients that can also be reverse engineered for summoning spells. And so they're looking at the salt and trying to figure out if it's iodized or kosher, and looking up either on a book or their phone. What year is it? 70s?
No, it's modern day, but the architecture in this building is very like faux 70s, like the dip down like living room kind of,
Yeah.
and just weird kind of. It's just me making the place from Scooby-Doo.
Gotcha. Which, hey, heard. Live your truth. They have a tab up on their phone, trying to look up like the difference between iodized and kosher salt, and seeing what properties could still be transferred over to like repelling seals and summoning circles and stuff like that. Also, there are a bunch of notifications because, again, 200K on Twitter, 500K on Instagram, but that's kind of like a second life that doesn't super matter.
Amazing. And so they do hear Captain Yeet coming in and yelling about the cookies. But before that, we flip the page and we see 3 more panels. We see sort of this beautiful, like alien looking land with pinks and purples and blues, and almost from some beautiful light, this sort of gorgeous feminine figure is sort of on this beautiful alien island, and she's floating up and away, and we see her arriving on Earth and becoming incorporated into the world that is Halcyon City, and we see that she's beautiful and popular, and she has these incredible powers that just let her be Fae Boy. And now we see her here in the Haven. Where is she, and what would she be doing?
She would be in the main room, like the living room, with a Walkman on, trying to find the new Lady Gaga Ariana Grande song.
The Rain on Me song.
With her Walkman on.
Amazing. And so she definitely, you can't hear, but you look up and you see Captain Yeet walking in, and we flip the final page. Mouthing cookies. We flip the final page and we see the final 3 panels of our heroes. And we see the first panel is a promising young man who is sort of ready to go to college and ready to live his life and ready to be the person he's always wanted to be and grow into the man that he's always envisioned himself. And in the second panel, we see this horrific accident that happened to him that ripped his body apart and changed his life forever. And we see now that he is this half cyborg, half human transformation of a human being. And what is he doing in the Haven right now?
Probably actually hanging out with Fae Boy in the commons room.
Nice.
Maybe just like playing video games, because why not?
Yeah, it has one of those TVs that like comes out from a table and then it can go back in. Like, it's a pretty dope ass place. Anything that you want in it, it can be real, basically.
Do you just run an emulator and just plug yourself in? Is that how we play video games?
Absolutely. not even a question. Like like he doesn't even have like, he's not even using like a PS4 or an Xbox controller, right? It's just like he's like shifted his hand. And his hand is the controller, and the joystick just moves on its own.
Or your fingers are just moving, but you're not holding anything. You're just like making
That's
a movement.
amazing.
And he's actually playing an old PS2 game called Ratchet and Clank.
Totally.
And he's having a weird identity thing. It's like really hard for him. Or this is actually the moment where he chose his name.
He's like, wait, that's a
Fae
great
Boy
movie.
Really like his character.
I'd
Fae
love
Boy
this
needs a really
little-
retro system. It's got to be like an Atari or an Intellivision or something, you know?
Oh yeah, Fae Boy's very 90s. I forgot, yes.
Yeah,
Fae
right,
Boy has
right.
a McDonald's Sonic merchandise game where you can play as Knuckles and kick a soccer ball against.
Yeah.
Yes, that's niche. That's a niche reference. And so
Yeah, it's
now,
called my fucking childhood.
and so we see this. We now flip the page and we see sort of all of our heroes gather. The kitchen is pretty adjacent to this main area, so you hear Captain Yeet entering with cookies. Fae Boy, Clank, you very visibly see Captain Yeet entering with cookies.
Yeah, I'm not subtle.
All right, he runs in and he just slams these cookies down in front of you.
Cookies!
And is there anything you want to talk about before? Right now, you are all the last ones left in the Haven right now. Everyone else is out on missions. It seems like right now you just got cookies and video games to keep you company.
And it's cold because it's like getting near Christmas. So like my mom like loves Christmas cookies. So even though it's like a month early, like it's all Christmas cookies. And like she's made them to look like all of you. So there's like Clank cookies and Fae Boy cookies and Grep cookies, which are just like the shapeless blobs that like didn't make it into other people. She just decorated red and put down.
Grep comes in and kind of throws himself against one of the frames of the open doorway from the kitchen and kind of leans down a bit and asks Yeet,
What's up, Grep?
what, do you know the recipe of those cookies?
Yeah, there's sugar and butter and salt.
Go back.
There's sugar.
I take off my headphones. Did you say sugar?
Yeah, there's
No,
lots
no,
of sugar in this.
Pass
Yeah.
that one, please.
And
Pass
they're
that
iced.
one.
Yeah, here. It looks just like you.
What kind of salt did you use?
Grab it.
The white salt. Because we also have that pink salt, but I'm not supposed to touch the pink salt because it's really expensive. So we use the white salt.
The
Pink
Himalayan,
salt.
the
Who has
Himalayan
the
salt.
pink salt?
Yeah, well, like mom has pink salt and she like uses it for her margaritas, but I'm not allowed to touch the pink salt. So we use white salt for these.
You're saying that's salt from the Himalayas, isn't it?
I don't know. Is that pink?
That's what hold on. And they do a quick Google search. I believe that's from the Himalayas.
Yeah, it's all pink, right? It's like a whole pink, a land of pink.
It's very impressive that your mother has gotten this salt. Could you grab some for me?
No, I can't. I'll get in trouble. If I go take that salt, I'll get yelled at.
Crap is furious. And they storm back in the kitchen.
I never know what I do wrong, but like I always make Crap upset.
Crap?
Grep. I said Grep.
I thought you said I always make crap upset.
That's my nickname for them. Crap.
I don't know, but these cookies are delicious. Did you say that there's a place that has pink salt?
Yeah, all of the Himalaya is pink. That's why the salt's pink.
No.
Yeah.
That's not accurate.
Oh.
It's
Am I thinking of a different Himalaya?
Oh?
it's just salt, but fancier salt, and
Okay.
overpriced.
Oh.
It's
That means
Hey.
it's really expensive because it's
Mackenzie-
priced over.
How do we get missions?
You will
Like-
get one in a moment, but I'm letting you all just.
Well, I was wondering, not because I'm bored, but like, but like in the sense of like, is there? I want to run in and search the database for danger happening in the Himalayas, so that we can have an excuse to go there.
Basically, well, but the way you normally get it is because you guys are young supers. Is you sort of it's just the bat signal. Like when it's first come first serve, the terminal goes off. A job comes through, and the first team that nabs it gets it. And you
Yeah.
all are just Captain Yeet was gone, and everyone was hanging out on their Walkmans and playing video games, and you all just were the ones last left without a job. Jobs like ones in the Himalayas are reserved for adult heroes.
What the fuck?
It's a very special place.
That sucks.
Hey, is anybody else going to have their cookie?
Oh, I had like 5 already. You can have mine.
Okay, great. I take them and I start crushing them up.
Oh.
What?
What do you
I was
make?
going to use it for fuel for my ship.
Oh. Okay. Well, yeah, that makes sense because cookies
Yeah,
are fuel
you know, well,
for the
the
body.
ship is a lot like me where, we both need sugar to survive.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, go feed cookies to your ship.
Oh, tell your moms thank you.
I'll try. Think of a way to do that.
And as you're saying that, you sort of hear the sort of like alarm a little bit of the terminal, which is this sort of large supercomputer that's nestled near the front of the building, that lets you know that a job is coming through. I assume you go check it out.
Yeah.
All right, you go to check it out at the terminal, and once you click just the button,
Please be Himalayas. Please be Himalayas. Please be Himalayas.
Grep is hoping for the Himalayas, and
Grep.
I think
I
Grep-
know it's a weird onomatopoeia, but we have to be very distinct because I've heard
Grep.
crap, I've heard grub, I've heard grab.
Grep is praying for the Himalayas. You all make your way to the terminal, and you see that the face of Commissioner Alexia Portocalis, police chief commissioner, sort of is there, and you're very familiar with her. She's usually who gives these jobs, and she speaks with sort of an authoritative voice, and she says, "Hello, heroes. We have a report of a band of robbers hitting Wild's jewelry store on the Upper East Side. We believe they may be connected to other robberies that have occurred in the last few days. This is your chance to take them out. If you can, find out if they're just low-life perps or if they're working for someone bigger. I believe in you to get to the bottom of this, heroes. Pretty straightforward stuff. Any questions?"
No, ma'am.
Have you heard anything from Clank, what continent is the Himalayas on?
Pakistan. It's Himalayas are.
I did say
in Pakistan.
continent, I believe.
Yeah, Pakistan's a continent.
It's
Oh,
not a continent.
right.
Yeah.
That's just where the.
The answer's yes, my lady.
Yes.
You do have questions, or you don't have
Oh,
questions?
shit.
Yeah, like, is Pakistan okay?
That's a loaded question, yeah. But that I, Mackenzie, do not know how to speak on.
Mackenzie, please flip to in your world book where you
Pakistan.
wrote about the current politics of Pakistan in this world.
But she does go, funny you mentioned the Himalayas. Actually, that last group that called themselves the Pack just went on a mission to the Himalayas.
Oh, I hate
But
them.
They're
This,
so lucky.
but this
That's
is not the
one
Himalayas job.
with the really hot, sullen teenager.
That
They're
is
the worst.
exactly that group, yeah. But this
Okay,
job
let's go get the
is in our
we'll get
city.
the robbers. Yeah, we'll get the robbers. Like, do they have like a special robber van?
We have not seen.
Let's hope they do, actually.
I will tell you about the special robber van when we get there and stop it.
That would
Sounds
make
good.
our job really
Just
easy.
know that what we have right now is that they are armed and are taking
Yeah.
hostages. So you'll see some other police officers from the Halcyon Police Force stationed outside. You can check with them for any updates that they might have. I believe in you, supers. Good luck.
Thank you, ma'am.
And she sort of exits out, and it's just sort of the home screen of the terminal now. And
She's so cool.
and then you all sort of on your, mostly probably Grep, who's on their phone the most, gets a ping of the location of where to go, and you can begin to go to this jewelry store whenever you're ready. But I do
Awesome.
want to know how do you get there?
Yeah,
I
how
think
do
I
We
might
all
have
go
an
in my
idea.
Jeep Wrangler.
You have a Jeep Wrangler, you also have a spaceship.
We do have a
Have a
spaceship.
spaceship.
Also
One of the
sensible.
two.
Yes.
Can we drive the Jeep off of the spaceship? Can we use the spaceship to get to where we need to be
And then
on
deploy the secondary
X-axis?
vehicle.
The
Yeah.
spaceship is for the X-axis, and the Jeep is for the Y-axis. You may think it's the other way around.
We can
but
totally
no,
take the
it's this way.
Yeetmobile.
Fayboy, if this ship is completely in your imagination, I want to know what it
Yeah.
looks like. Can it hold a Jeep Wrangler?
Oh yeah, it can totally hold a Jeep Wrangler.
So economical.
But it doesn't hold it inside. It has to kind of carry it on the outside.
Yeah. It like
Grabs
clamps
onto
on. Yeah.
Yeah, it just like magnetizes.
Incredible. So you are
And
taking.
I've named the
Hold
ship
on.
Chromatica after Lady Gaga's latest album.
Thank God. I love this so much.
And Captain, what did you last call your ship? Wasn't it the Yeet Wrangler?
It's a Yeetmobile. Yeah, it's a Yeetmobile.
I'm sorry,
It says-
do you not like my Jeep Wrangler joke where I replaced the word
Oh,
Jeep
I
with
didn't
Yeet?
get the joke. That's good, but it's already Yeetmobile, and he points and like it says painted Yeetmobile in giant letters along both sides of it.
You
Oh
see
my God.
Grep tighten their fist with salt in it as their joke has not landed.
All right, so you all make your way to Chromatica. Fayboy, give me the I want to know what this ship looks like, and I have
Yeah,
to
I
know.
think it's like
Chromatica, you
it's
stupid
a
idiot.
like a triangular ship, and it's got like that iridescent chrome, and it's like super sleek, and when it flies, it like has like glitter coming out of the exhaust,
Absolutely, of course it does.
and it runs on sugar.
That's amazing. You're one of the only groups really with transportation as amazing as this, and so you make your way over to Chromatica.
The Jeep Wrangler is amazing.
The Jeep Wrangler,
The
sure.
Yeet Regular.
I
Regular.
feel like the Yeetmobile has been like pimped out though. Like Clank has spent
Yeah.
some time.
Oh yeah, it's
Making
raised.
sure you-
It's got the light bar.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't have the doors. It just has open doors, so we can like hang our legs out. Yeah.
Clank has also made sure that the Yeetmobile can survive being dropped from 100 stories.
Right.
Oh yeah, they're
Survive.
like it's like jet propulsion, engine, like really like in the exhaust area. Yeah, for
And
sure.
just
So what-
many airbags. Like
So
y'all
one of-
wouldn't even imagine how many airbags. Are on
It's
this
like
thing.
it's like when NASA drops one of those rovers. It just gets surrounded in airbags, bounce, and then they deflate.
The first hour of all of our missions are us having to get out of the Yeet.
Nailed it.
So one of Chromatica's powers or abilities on the ship is that it has chameleon plating. So it just looks like the Jeep Wrangler flying through the air.
Just a flying Jeep Wrangler by itself.
I'm still turning the wheel like I'm 6 in the back seat.
Oh, that is so good. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I just, part of me died. That's very fantastic. So you all pile into Chromatica. You, Fayboy is able to pick up the Jeep Wrangler, the Yeet Wrangler, and camouflage Chromatica. So
Yeah.
as you all pick up and begin to fly pretty quickly
It
because
has
you're
a-
in a ship.
The interior has a very like 90s like spaceship look, like all white
Nice.
and like glowing like buttons and like
That's
It's
amazing.
like
Part of me
the
was thinking
spaceship
of
from Michael Jackson's A Scream, right? It's like
Right,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
Part of me was thinking, like, what if it was like the Van and Spice world, how everyone has their own like section that matches their personality.
oh yeah.
Very 90s. And so we were able to pick up the Yeet Wrangler, the Yeet Mobile, and camouflage Chromatica. So it just looks like this Jeep Wrangler is flying solo across the sky to Wild's jewelry store. I assume you land nearby, and I don't know. Do you feel that? Well, I guess yeah. How do you land Chromatica within the city?
I don't think Chromatica would land. Like we'd have to go down a little bit.
Yeah.
But then we would have to all deploy into the Yeetmobile.
You have to crawl
and
down
then
into the
drop it.
Yeetmobile, right?
Okay.
I'm still there. I was there the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Everyone down to the Yeetmobile. We're here.
yeah, everyone climbs into the windows of the Yeetmobile, and does it really just drop?
It,
Yeah, like
it
fight.
just
Yeet
demagnetizes
Wrangler
the drop.
has so many airbags.
Also, it's got really good shocks. It's got
Yeah,
top of
that
line
is
really
shocks,
good
man.
shot.
Incredible. So you all pile into the
Shotgun.
through this bottom area, this sort of bottom porthole that's built into Chromatica. You all pile into the Yeet Wrangler, and it just demagnetizes, and the Yeet Wrangler goes plummeting quickly down to the ground. And almost in the last second, Yeet forgets that there is a button he needs to press.
right.
And as you two are about to plummet to your death, all of you about to plummet to your deaths, he slams the button, and this giant like airbag bottoming explodes, and you bounce almost a couple of times as you hit the ground. And as the Yeet Wrangler settles down, the airbags begin to deflate and suck themselves back into the Jeep Wrangler. You
Ew.
see now that you are nearby. You're a little bit to the side, but you're nearby Wild's jewelry store with these giant neon letterings. It's a very like huge, like almost department store looking jewelry store.
Yeah.
Light rain is beginning to come down as the storm grows closer over Halcyon City. You hear the alarm bells ringing, and there are a few cop cars posted outside with cops behind them aiming guns at the front door. They are all now mostly looking at you because the giant Jeep Wrangler fell out of the sky and bounced, and so they're all sort of like splitting their attention to staring at you wide-eyed in your Jeep Wrangler. What do you do?
Sup, officers?
You still in your car?
Why are we letting Captain Yeet be the mouth of the team?
I have no clue.
So fucking disastrous.
Yeah.
I mean,
So is the
he
airbag
is the
completely
captain.
sucked up?
Yeah, eventually we will need to decide who is the team leader when we get into battle, so.
Oh God.
I mean, Captain Yeet is the captain.
I think Captain Yeet pretends he's the leader, but you all know very well he shouldn't be. So like you let him like pretend and like you know the cops will be nice to him, right? And so you let that all happen. But for the most part, like as soon as the cameras are off, Captain Yeet just like goes, "What are we doing? Like what are we doing?" Like he has no idea what to do. Yeah.
So you're just like a figurehead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
He's the
Exactly.
face.
Yeah.
So is the airbag all the way sucked up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now you guys are just in like what seems like a normal Jeep Wrangler, but everyone around saw that what happened to it. So everyone is sort of like, oh my God, what the
Classic.
fuck?
I would like to use my memory manipulation to wipe their. No, I'm kidding. I'll get out and try to move as closely to the store as possible, you know, so I can get like the classic like back up against the windows and like peering through.
All
Yeah.
right. You try to get
Yeah,
close
I stand
and
in the front door and go, "You are bad and you must stop."
is that what you do?
Yeah.
I look at one of the cops and I'm like, this is part of the plan.
And the cop looks at you and says, "Be careful, they have hostages."
Oh, well, if they throw a hostage at me, it won't hurt.
No, they might kill him. You.
Oh,
Are you a
yeah.
superhero?
I like
Maybe
I, like,
one of
run
the
back
better
and, like,
jokes that are on it.
I get behind a grab and I'm like, "Oh, they got hostages. What do we do?"
I'm on it. I'm gonna get us in there. And I would like Clink to use technopathy and like I don't know access their Wi-Fi so we can get a feed from the security cameras on the inside.
Classic Demigods move. All right. Roll
Roll to
to
push
Play
a
what
button.
you know.
Roll to push a button.
Can I roll
Roll-
to push that button?
roll to unleash your power. So you're going to roll plus freak.
Oh, well. I'm
So 2d6
very
plus whatever your
freak.
freak score is.
Yeah. Ba-ba. Boom. Okay, so 9 total.
All right, so it says on a hit you do it, but on a 7 to 9, mark a condition. So you now have to mark what condition you are, and I will tell you why this effect is unstable or temporary.
Okay. Let's start off with insecure.
All right, so you're feeling a little insecure. So as you are accessing, I assume you make maybe like a tablet or some sort of screen with your technopathy, and you're trying to hack into their security systems. And you see that there seems to be 2 armed individuals that are sort of, one of them is sort of holding a gun at a kind of group of like 4 or 5 in a sense in a corner, and you notice that the person holding the gun kind of has kind of nervous body language and is sort of looking around. They're wearing kind of a ski mask thing, and they're kind of, you can't really hear what's going on, but you see that they're you see that they are looking at the other person, but also trying to remember to look at the group of people. And the other person has a bag and is grabbing a bunch of jewelry and is holding it up, like earrings up to their ears, and shrugging like this, and then throwing them in the bag. And and what happens is they hear Captain Yeet yell initially. They turn very quickly, and the one that was picking all the stuff up points their gun at the front door, glances up, looks at the camera, and shoots the camera out, and all of you hear this gunshot happen, and then your image goes blank and it fails, and it almost feels like it hurts a little bit. You don't take any damage, but like it feels like a painful sting when the camera begins to futz out and completely just not be able to show you an image anymore.
Also, when you opened up your scribe pad, you forgot that Spotify was going to be right there, and Dave Matthews just starts blaring, and it's really embarrassing.
Not
So we need you to take the insecure condition because Dave Matthews started playing in a really inappropriate moment.
stop touching my scribe pad.
That was me. I love Dave Matthews Band.
Oh wait, no, that was probably me. You know,
And this is when we figure out that all 3
Listening
others
to
love
Crash
Dave
into me.
Matthews.
And so then
Dave Matthews.
and you just hear crash into me, yeah. Babe.
love this song.
Such a good song. I'm so glad you turned me on this band.
I would like to try to look into the windows in a way where I can at least see both of the dudes. And if that involves me stretching my legs so I become a greater height than I normally am in order to peer over a shelf against a window or something, so be it.
All right.
But I just want to, if I don't need to do that, fucking great. I just need to look in through the window and see what's going on. I want to have visuals of these 2 stinkers.
Yes. So it has these large windows, so you don't have to do anything fancy to look through them. You're taking a risk getting close, but you lean in where you can see a bit, and I want you to roll to assess the situation. So roll 2d6 plus your superior score.
-1.
Like that's what you rolled?
No, I have a -1 in superior.
I was like,
Oh,
I was like, how is
how?
that possible? I was so confused.
Off the charts.
Hell yeah,
Wow.
bud. I got
Well,
a 1.
Wow.
That was like the worst.
That's
oh,
almost
Wow.
a -1.
Oh, they don't even have really what happens when you fail on the assess the situation section.
So bad you did, Nikki. No one ever fails.
Yeah.
You did.
I'm the first to do this bad.
All right. So yeah, you lean forward to try to look at I think the good part is that it doesn't say anything bad happens if you fail. So that's good.
Okay.
You just get no information. So basically you lean in and you try to see this, and you feel the hot breath of Captain Yeet on your neck, and you can't focus on anything. And you turn back, and Captain Yeet is like on top of you.
Did you see anything? Like, did you see them?
And as that's happening, you hear from inside, Don't do anything! And you hear another gunshot, and the light kind of that was near where you were goes out. So you have it's your vision is kind of obscured because now it's darker inside, and you weren't able to get any information about what's happening in there.
They hate small electronics.
No, they seem incredibly spooked.
Yeah.
By small electronics.
Fayboy, are you able to maybe calm them down a bit?
I can try. I mean, I'll have to go in there, right? Like, it's kind of scary.
I'll be with you. It's okay.
You can't be with me.
Oh, it's right, because you gotta do it yourself. Oh, I'll be with you in spirit, and where your heart is.
Okay, wish me luck.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna try to phase through.
All right, like just face through like the window, and
Yeah.
are you trying to like kind of get around them, or are you just trying? Or you do want to be seen by them?
It's dark in there, right?
It is a little bit darker now. There is still like lights lit, but one of the robbers did shoot out one of the lights over there near the entrance.
Can I phase through and phase through the one of the walls and then like maybe duck behind like a teller window or something?
Yeah, absolutely. Since that's just like a pretty simple like transportation, I'm not going to make you roll to unleash. You just do that. You're able to phase through and you duck behind sort of one of the counters where they have like those cases that have a bunch of gorgeous jewelry inside that have now been broken. All the jewelry, like not there's still jewelry left in there, but all of the kind of glass have been brokened. That's not a word.
We don't really have a way to communicate with the rest of the team, do we?
Yeah.
No, but I have an idea.
We totally do. We all have freaking earpieces, and if we didn't, Clank has made everybody earpieces.
All right. Yeah, you all have earpieces.
Yeah, I always forget to turn mine on.
I will.
Clank will turn yours on, like just push the button
beep.
on your ear.
I'll beep Fayboy and say, "Hold it tight, Fayboy. I've got a plan."
Who is this?
This I hate you, Rom. You play these characters too well. Actually, Captain Yeet, you will be the one to see this. Captain
Yeet here, yes. Captain Yeet,
Okay. I hold out my palm and you
hang on,
see,
Crap, I'm talking to someone.
Bustling Aram, I swear to God. You see bustling through the layers of my sleeve a shape that then comes to my palm, and this purple eye about the size of my hands arises from my palm, and I pinch it with my other thumb and forefinger from the other hand, and I start to pull it out of my hands. And as I'm holding it by my thumb and forefinger, pointer finger? I don't know. I will index finger, thank you. I will start to kind of rub them together, and you see the eyeball disappear as that happens. And I'm using one of my Doom sign abilities that I already started with, called Dark Visions, in which mark your Doom track to have a vision about the situation at hand. And so I am wanting to basically teleport that eyeball into the room, like in a corner, and use like this devil's sight to get some cool infrared vision of everything.
Wow.
Alrighty.
Why did I have to watch that?
Because you were
You're
what
breathing
the
on their neck.
You were what the audience was living vicariously through.
I'm sorry.
And so
I
you
apologize
see,
to the audience.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, is this a vision
see
of the
Fayboy-
future, or is this a vision of current?
No, I want a vision of what's happening inside.
All right.
like an infrared vision of what's going on inside.
And basically,
so
and you already told me what's happening inside, but I needed to see them in order to then use telekinesis on their guns, and I want to specifically use telekinesis on their guns at the tip of their guns to start pulling them upwards.
Alrighty. Fayboy, what are you doing in this moment when you?
So, I'm briefly distracted by the colorful jewelry in the case.
Yeah.
And when do I see the? Well, I know that Grep is doing something. Right?
You know that
Yeah.
Grep is doing something, and you see, like, one of them actually they have their guns up now because they hear that people are kind of engaging outside. And yeah, like, Grep's eye goes in there. It also says about the dark visions, if you ask me a question, I will answer it honestly. So if you have any questions about what you're seeing.
What? Which of these guys has the best ass?
The one that is nervously pointing a gun at the innocents.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Totes agreed.
And so
Okay,
yeah,
so-
you do see that, like, Grep is using their telekinesis on the tips of the guns, and the gun, yeah, you see both of them. They're kind of talking, muttering to each other and kind of fighting, it seems like, and both of their guns start lifting, and at first they don't seem to notice it, and they realize that they can't stop it, and they're trying to pull their guns down, and one of them's the tips of their toes are almost coming off the ground because they're trying to hold on to the gun, and eventually once they gets about a foot off the ground, he lets go of it, and the guns are slowly leaving their hands, and the one that was packing all the weapons, the jewelry up, says, "What are you doing? Who's doing that?"
And now I say, now, Fay boy, now.
Yeet!
And so I stand up and I'm going to
Not yet.
disperse some sleeping pheromones into the bank.
Okay.
And do they just pass out?
Yeah, they just fall. They just fall. I think they would be everybody actually, including the hostage.
Okay. So
That's
you just,
exactly when Yeet charges in, screaming Yeet, and then hits the pheromones and just
Yeah.
passes flat out and goes
Exactly.
like 6 feet sliding on his face
So-
in the middle of the hostages.
Did you want me to roll anything for that? Or?
yeah, roll to unleash your abilities. Unleash your powers.
Should I
so-
have done that for my telekinesis?
Yeah. But you know what? I didn't do it, so I guess you
It
get
happened.
a freebie.
Fuck yeah.
It was so
But yes.
disturbing.
What am I rolling?
You are rolling plus freak.
Plus freak. Okay, I got a +2 for this.
Yeah, I'm new at this.
That's a 9.
All right.
+2 freak.
All right. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So it says, see, that feels like, I feel like you did good, but it says on 7 to 9, mark a condition, and the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it has to be 10 plus, right?
Yeah.
It's okay. Mine counted as an automatic 12.
Apparently, yeah. I don't know how that happened. Or actually, you know what? We're just doing it because, like, what? Don't what?
Well, no, I was gonna say, do I maybe it
We're not-
maybe it works because of the
Yes,
additional
we're
thing
not,
that
because I
Grep-
fucked up. Let's say that even though we're not doing, like, team pool yet because we're not in a
Yeah.
battle,
Yeah.
normally,
Yeah.
like, someone assisting you would add a +1 to that. So let's just say that is a 10 because Grep is helping you out with the guns, and because I fucked up, so you get that special little sexy
We are
treat.
taking this system and we are wrapping our hands around it and
Yeah.
squeezing it to be what we want.
Like Play-Doh.
And first time Masks GM, and so this does work. You kind of rise up from behind these jewelry and you let out these pheromones, and
What does that look like, RV? Where are they
Yeah.
coming from?
So they would. Be
Did you put on
like,
deodorant this morning?
That's where the 3 buttholes come into
That's
play.
like my deodorant, right?
No,
Yeah.
it's just the 3 buttholes.
Yeah.
No, I would because I've reduced my density, so it's kind of dispersed like glitter, which is like my molecules. It's kind of gross if you think about it, right?
you're farting on
And
everyone.
so yeah, it's right.
Glitter farts.
Glitter,
It was a
glitter
light.
fart.
It was a light queef.
Yeah.
Stop.
Okay. Okay. So we're here now.
I don't want to play this
light
game
briefing.
anymore.
So Fayboy rises up, lands on the counter. Her legs are spread a little bit, and you hear like a, and yes, and these pheromones go flying into the air as
This is terrible.
these two robbers are run to try to leap towards you, and their eyes roll in the back of their head, and they both pass out. And the
Pussy too good.
that pussy is
good.
too
Too
good.
good.
And the people who are being held hostage go, yeah, and they all pass out, and then Captain Yeet is screaming, Yeet! And he falls directly on top of the robbers, and you now have a room full of sleeping people.
Oh shoot. Okay, so I'm gonna revert back to
Oh,
heavier
Garrett.
density.
All right.
Clear the room a little bit, clear it up a little bit.
I love
open
you
the
so much,
windows.
You just see, we see Fayboy going to the window, doing that whole like opening and closing thing. and I'm like, get back, everybody, get back. This is dangerous.
The cops are really confused. Like, what just happened in there?
I don't know if I can
We've
move
got
to
another
Florida.
control officer.
Oh,
They're sleeping. Come in.
all right. And so yeah, two of the cops run in, and start to grab the innocents and kind of shake them awake and get the innocents taken out, while one of the other ones tries to get Captain Yeet up so
Am
that
I
they
being
can.
detained?
I'm gonna.
No, aren't you a superhero?
Oh yeah. Hey, officer. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, we did it.
So I'm gonna grab some of the jewelry that I was eyeing, and so in my world, like when you do something good, you get rewarded right away, like.
Immediately.
You get an immediate treat.
You get a little treat. So this is my treat to myself for doing something good.
Do we
Not knowing-
see this? Do we notice
It's a nice
this?
pink
Can we roll
diamond.
observation?
Yeah, and I'm like putting on like.
I think
jewelry.
honestly, I can't think of a skill. I think you just see that. You just see if you know to look for her, then you
I don't
see
pay
that she is
attention.
grabbing. Yeah, if you think you pay attention to her, then
Yeah.
you see her grabbing some jewels.
I see it. I don't care.
Fair boy.
Here it is.
That's your reward will be given to you.
Oh, did I do something
Back at the
wrong?
yeah, yes, you can't. You're not supposed to just take the things that other people were stealing.
Well, I thought maybe we would get like something. I did something good.
Yeah,
so
you
I was
you
gonna,
did you did something incredibly good today. I mean, look at all these people that you saved. That alone should be a reward in and of itself.
Oh, okay. Well, I did a what is it? A folk's pause, right? That was not good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just don't take things that don't belong to you.
Clank, as you're
Okay,
saying this,
yeah.
you see Chauncey walk in and reach behind the counter and grab something and put it in their pocket.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's a folks pause. Yeah, your parents would be like, yeah.
okay. I'm gonna put it back. I'm sorry.
It's
Clank,
okay.
this is an ancient relic that shouldn't have been here in the first place. I just hope you know.
No,
You're turning into
crap. You can't
to
take
little bacon.
Stop!
It's
Try to steal
Egyptian.
stuff. Don't take things that belong to us.
What are
And
the police doing? As
The
we're,
police.
like, sitting
So
here
yeah, you all.
trying on jewelry.
They're helping getting the hostages out, and finally they're coming back. All the hostages are out, and they are coming back in to grab the robbers, and they do see you all putting on jewelry, and they kind of squint their eyes, and they go, "You need these guys still?"
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
we do need
we
them.
have to ask them. Hey, wake up.
And you.
Yes, we'll take it from here.
Yeah, we
officers.
got
we'll
this.
just we'll go put them in the Yeet Wrangler,
Yeah.
and we'll just go be on our way.
Who's good
I
cop?
am going
Who's
to
good
I
cop?
am going to take this ancient relic here, though it does belong to us.
Sure.
No,
So
no.
Greep
No, they're not.
is Grep good cop?
Right. So you're telling the cop you're going to take this sort of.
Evidence. It's evidence.
Mackenzie,
Why is
I'm
this
not
evidence?
lying.
That's-
Mackenzie,
Crap, that's-
it is an ancient relic.
Yeah, and it
That
saw
was
the
mistakenly
crime.
put in a jewelry shop. Are
The
you telling
cop
me that
doesn't know
couldn't
that.
happen?
Yeah, well, it's
And maybe you didn't know that either, Mackenzie, but it is the truth.
I believe it.
look.
Thank you.
Sometimes people steal from others when they don't think it's stealing, and they think they put it in a museum, but it's actually not good, and we got to return
I'm walking
these
to the
things.
Yeet Wrangler.
to
I'm
people.
there.
No,
I-
you've got 50 layers of clothing on. Clank is just gonna latch on and pull you right the fuck back.
Clank, we've talked about this, Clank.
Clank
So
pulls Grep back, and these cops sort of look at you, and because every adult in any superhero thing is an idiot, they go, "All right, I'll take your word for it. Here are the bad guys, and also we'll just have that put on the commissioner's tab." They point at the ancient relic that you're holding from this jewelry store, and
Thanks,
they sort of
Hey, wait! I thought that was a folk's pause.
It is.
It is a folks pause.
No, this is
Grep, how big are you?
it's a
How tall are you?
how big am I?
How heavy are you?
10 feet.
Great, I'm bigger, so I'm just gonna
No.
literally pick you up.
Wow.
Everyone's huge in this game.
Okay, I'm
like
picked up.
like pick you up and like turn you to look at like at Clank, right?
You can tell if you can tell that he was saying the commissioner's tab as a she will find out that you've done this, not as a actual thing that you can do, but as a I will tell the commissioner.
Not that we're actually getting it.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I mean,
I
you
need
could
to-
take it, but she'd find out about it.
No. No. Grep, you are being held. Clank is going to take it from your hand. we're putting
GM,
this
do I
back.
have influence over Clank in any way? Can I roll
We
something?
did say that you
You
have
do.
influence over
I do
somebody.
believe you do. Oh, do you have influence over Clank?
I
I
have-
don't think so.
You should have written
No,
it
I
down.
have influence over Faye.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't have influence over, but you can still. I think you can still sort of refuse. You can maybe defend yourself from them, from Clank grabbing this for you. I guess.
How about I would like to sleight of hands putting it back.
That's not a skill
Oh.
Damn.
in this game. But
I like it though.
if you want to
Okay,
just say you
know
put
what?
it back,
You know what?
can.
I put it back.
You put it back? Okay.
We'll save this for episode 2.
Okay, sounds good. So Clank, you were successful in getting your teammate to put this back, and the cops
Just
have,
this once, Clank.
No
The cops-
more folks pause.
Yeah.
Okay? That's not what heroes do.
Nah.
Faye, most
Thank you,
folks
Captain.
have hands, not paws.
It means pause like as to take a pause because they're considering what you've done because they're disappointed in you. But I can see you'd mix that up.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You are left in this
For once.
jewelry store, rain trickling outside with these two groggy, masked individuals. What do you want to do?
I take off their masks.
All right.
Yeah.
You see two very ordinary-looking men.
I don't know who they
principal.
are. Do we know them? We don't
What
know
did you
them,
say?
right?
No. You would not know these people though. They're both like about middle-aged, maybe, or like like in their not middle-aged, like in their early 40s, late 30s.
Yeah.
They're both like youngish dudes. One of them has a bit of a kind of scruff. They're very ordinary, average-looking men.
Do they got wallets?
Are you picking through their
Yeah.
pockets? Yeah.
Yeah.
You pick through the pockets. They have.
Clank, this is just a field trip for you, huh?
You pick through the pockets and you open up. One of them has a very thick like leather wallet, and you open it up, and actually
Whoa.
you see that he has a driver's license,
Yeah.
and his name is Larry Jenkins. I don't know.
Yeah, Larry Jenkins, as I'm
and
holding
you
the license.
You see that there's like a little flippy out section with an
Yeah.
ID card that shows that that's actually a security badge for the Halcyon City Electro Corps, and you see that he is a security guard at this place
Yeah. He
based on
was
his card.
dealing diamonds to power the plant. Case
That's
closed.
so Captain Yeet.
Yeah.
And you see
I
that the
show
other
these
guy
IDs. Yeah, sorry.
has a no. You're fine. I'm sorry, I talked over you.
No, I just like as I get these IDs, I look at them. I act really authoritative, like I know what I'm doing, and then immediately hand them to Clank because Clank can actually do something with the information.
Yeah, and you see that the other guy has a very similar ID badge. He's also a security guard at this Halcyon City Electro Corps.
Yeah, Devin McTribe. Yeah,
So we were supposed to find out if they were links to like other robberies going on, right?
Yes. She
Well-
said that she believes they might have been linked to some other robberies that have been happening in the last day or two. And she wanted you to see if they were maybe working for somebody or if they were just kind of thugs.
Mom says wealth is theft, and like that power plant makes a ton of money. So yeah, they're in it deep.
We
They are
don't
security guards.
know that.
Can I like take their ID badges and just like I don't know swipe it through my body?
Just through my crack. Just swipe them all through my crack.
Sure, yeah. you
Swipe it through your butt. Go ahead and scan the magnetic strip on it.
Yeah. I want
Take your
the
pants
data off
swipe
of
it
that.
through the butt.
All right. So is this your pyro?
Technomancy. Yeah, I set it on
Your
fire.
pyromancy? Yeah. This is your technomancy. Yeah, honestly, I think that you could just have this one because unleashing your powers is overcoming obstacles reshaping or extending past your normal skills, and I think that you can just do this. You form this sort of like credit card swipe, and you swipe Larry Jenkins's, and you are able to visualize the information. You don't get a lot of access. You see that it's very like bare bones basic access. He is literally a security guard at this electrocore, which is basically you would recognize it as the kind of leading provider of electricity and power within the entire city. And you see that he's a security guard, works the night shift. He's been working there for about 8 years. Pretty ordinary seeming man. There's not a lot of information about him.
Okay. Clink's gonna go ahead and lean down, like to kind of get on to his level.
Okay. He's still asleep a little bit, groggy, but because his pockets are being gone through, but he is still asleep.
Captain Yeet, do you mind waking him up a little bit?
Yeah. And I just like shake him.
And like his head hits the back of the thing, and he goes, "Oh, what?" And he starts to try to post up to fight. And
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. I wouldn't recommend it.
You ain't
puts
ready
his-
for the yeet.
He's laying on the ground. He puts his hands up. What do you want?
Mr. Jenkins, you seem to just be a pretty normal security guard just trying to do your job. But why did you come here? What were you trying to steal?
Jewelry.
Okay, why?
I'm not telling you that.
You probably should. Because there's that guy there, right? And he'll point over to Captain Yeet. You can either take a pummeling physically, and Clank will point to Grap and Fayboy. Or the other option.
You'll see Grip raise a hand and start waving, and as they wave their hands, an eyeball appears in the middle of it, and then the eyeball opens up with teeth in it.
He eats your eyes.
I think that pronouns are they. I'm just getting
It
a
says
vibe.
right here. It
I'm
says
just
I have a
getting a vibe.
basketball jersey. I have a basketball jersey that says they them on it.
I just am getting
Yep.
a vibe. I'm so sorry.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Man, you're smart. Well, they eat your eyes. They eat your eyes.
And I just spread my legs.
Stop it.
I don't know what that's about, but it's scary as hell.
Oh my god, Arby, what?
I'm so
Tentacle.
horrified in the best way possible.
I'm so sorry, Kyle.
Holy shit. For Kyle listening to this, I'm so sorry.
You knew what to expect when you asked us to do
You knew, Kyle. This is what you expect.
Yeah, this is what you want.
Yeah.
This is who we are. Yeah, I'm not really seeing necessarily a move that you would need to take, but you have all shown very horrifying things to him. And so he sort of looks around at all of the horrors, the open legs, the eyeballs and teeth, the big fists that are looking down at him, and he looks over at his friend, and he looks down and he says, "Yeah, it was never worth all this. I'm just working for the doctor."
This is taking too long. I go ahead and I put, I know that he was saying it, but I go ahead and I place my hand on his face.
Okay.
And I would like the eyeball to bite his nose, and I would like to use my vitality absorption to get whatever he was literally about to say, but I want to hear it in my mind.
Okay.
God, the cameras are off.
Roll to unleash your powers. Because that.
Folks paw, Grab. Folks paw.
Yeah. For all the folks' paw.
That's +1.
Yeah, roll your freak.
That's 8.
All right. So you're going to mark a condition. So on a condition on your sheet, mark that because basically I will tell you why the effect is unstable or temporary. So basically you put your hand with the eyeball with teeth on his face to grab his nose, and you're trying to get the information he was just about to say, and you see a vision almost of this sort of huge plant, this huge power plant, and you see a vision of sort of a woman looking with long black hair who is sort of like pointing down at this list and sliding it across the table, and you're seeing this vision through the vision of probably Larry Jenkins, and you see that it says dresses, jewelry, makeup, and then you feel this shot of pain in your head as if it's like electricity backfiring on you, and the vision goes away, and you don't necessarily get any more information than that, and you mark a condition.
Are you gonna tell me, or should I go ahead
You can
and press
choose.
guilty?
You can do.
I'll take guilty.
All right, guilty.
Okay. You can speak now.
Why did you do? Ow! He grabs his nose. Why would I want to tell you anything?
I'm gonna walk out of the room to the heat regular.
Is his nose still on his face, or did it just nibble at it?
No, I'm holding up my hands with the got your nose. So, no, he saw it.
I was like, holy shit, this man's face is just bleeding and gape. No, so he's grabbing onto his nose, and there is blood now trickling down from these like little like kind of bite marks that are in his nose, and he's like, "What the hell did you do? What did you?
You're okay.
What did
You're
they
fine.
do to me?"
Well, he was gonna eat your face. They were gonna eat your face. They would eat your face. They kind of eat faces, but it's okay because like they didn't. They just had a little bite, like a cat.
Why would I tell you anything now?
Do you want to keep the rest of your face?
That's a good point.
Hey,
It's a bit hard of a question.
I know. I feel so stuck. I'm like,
Look, it's okay. I understand. Like, I don't want to lose my face either.
and he says, "If you do anything else to me, I'm not saying a damn thing."
Okay.
I
Do you
don't
want
know
a chair?
much. No, I want to leave. I want to leave after this. I
Yeah.
don't want those cops to take me or him. I want us both
Well,
to be able to
that's-
walk out of here.
We'll
That-
take you
that-
home in the Yeetmobile.
No.
No?
Captain
No.
Yeet. We have laws that we must abide by. They just held up this entire place, tried to
Right.
steal millions of dollars worth of jewelry,
Yeah.
and had hostages. So, your nose, I'm very sorry that Graf
Yeah.
did that to you. But
I didn't want to do all this.
what do you mean?
I'll be a character witness in court. I think you're a swell guy. So, like, we can talk about that, but you got to tell us what's going on.
Did
I'm
someone make you do it?
Yes, I'm working for the doctor, Dr. Shelley. She's over at ElectroCorp. I don't really know much. I'm just a security guard. I've been there for a while, and I was told that I'd get a really huge bonus at work, and that she'd be able to give me enough money, honestly, to quit this fucking job, and then I could leave. And she just told me I had to go get some stuff for her, and he pulls out this crumpled up piece of paper that just says dresses, makeup, jewelry. And he kind of tosses it on the ground, and he said, "We were almost done. Like, we weren't
show
gonna
me the
hurt
dress.
anybody. We didn't want to hurt anybody."
Is it a nice,
Bought
is it a
that
nice
stuff
dress?
at Target.
I pick it up. So
Yeah.
is it just like a list, or is there like pictures?
It's like literally just a list. It's like in this very scrawled, very childish looking handwriting.
Huh.
Dr. Shelley.
Yeah, we got to go see the doctor.
She was in the sub basement. She wouldn't really let us see her. She was really weird, kind of avoiding us, and God damn it. And he's just like touching the nose of his very hurt nose.
I've got like a pad out now, and I'm like dabbing in the blood. It's okay. You're fine. You're going to look good. Don't worry. All right.
But she
let's
wouldn't
go
let
find
us
this.
see her or anything. She just gave us this list, told us we'd have all the money we wanted, and we're tired. We want to be done working for that shitty corporation, so.
Yeah. All right.
Well-
Well, we're going to get that doctor, right? Tell him Captain Yeet's in.
I mean, she wasn't gonna hurt anybody. She just wanted these things. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, really.
Maybe she's just trying to look fabulous. It sounds like a list for like a gala or something.
Is there a gala going on?
There's not a gala going on anytime soon.
I mean, doctors have to wear like those ugly uniforms all day, so she probably wants to feel good for once.
Okay.
In a while.
I
Okay.
yell from the Yeet regular. I've got the information that we need. Let's go.
Okay,
Why are
what do
you
we do with
British
them?
now?
I'm just going back and forth between a couple things.
So,
That's my
Clank,
yelling
what do we-
voice.
What do we do with them, Clank?
Do we call the commissioner?
No, we ask the officers to cuff them and take them back to the precinct. They need to be processed. I'm not
All
using
right.
my voice. It's fine.
Okay. Officers, we're good.
All right, and the officers come back in, and Larry seems disappointed and upset, and at a certain point he just decides not to even fight anymore as he's being cuffed and his friend's being woken up, and his friend wakes up cuffed and he looks over at Larry, and Larry looks over at him and goes, I'm sorry, man. And they're both kind of taken out.
Are they lovers?
Wait, I give Larry my card, and it just says Captain Yeet, and then it's got like, you know, my Tumblr, right? That's all it is. So I give him my card. Like, listen, you get in contact with me, and like my mom still got some strings to pull, and like we'll figure something out. You know, you're not a bad guy. You just made a bad decision.
You put that in his pocket, and he says, okay, I'll send you an anonymous ask.
Okay, goodbye. Have fun.
All right, the cops take these two men away.
And the cops allow Captain Yeet to give the prisoner a business card.
Yeah, why not? They're stupid. And so, where are you going next? What do you want to do?
For me, it sounds like we have to find information about this Dr. Shelley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get back in the Yeet Wrangler and head back to base.
Put it in overdrive.
Alrighty, you hop back in the Yeet Wrangler. We cut back to the Haven. Pretty next page. Panel stops at the Haven. You're all able to go in, and what do you want to do there?
I sit everyone down and I say, I was given some information about... Well, I wasn't given it, but I did look inside this man, and he saw
with
a
a
woman.
flashlight?
Yes, with a flashlight. He saw a woman, black hair, and giving him a list. It was a list. It said dresses, jewelry, and something else. I forget.
This list, makeup.
Oh, you have it.
Yeah.
Good job, Faye boy.
So Grep describes the description of this woman?
Yes, they didn't see much. They just saw long black hair, and they couldn't really make out a face or anything because, as Larry mentioned, she was very avoidant and very much not letting them look at her.
What was the name of the company they worked for?
Halcyon City Electrocorp.
Sounds
spelled C-O-R-P, like Electrocorp.
That's where our bacon is.
Yeah, we need to go surprise her.
Yes.
Yes. Should we go now?
It will be a surprise.
Wait, should we go now? Like, is she there? Like, is she in her office now? It's like late, right? It's like night.
Clank. Do you know what that is?
You would know where that is for sure. Like you could easily find it. It is like it is literally
It's
like a power
known
plant.
Yeah, right, yeah,
it's a
yeah.
known power plant. Yeah.
So like they have like passes and stuff, right? Like they have to like beep and then they go in like we do for here, right?
Clank's gonna hold up the one that he took from Mr. Jenkins.
Yeah. So you can know when this doctor is in her office because she has to beep to come in, right?
Probably, but we'd have to be there to get that information.
Well, just hack in. Just push the buttons.
Oh, just push buttons?
What kind of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hack you.
What kind of doctor works at a power plant?
Well, it's not a medical doctor. There's other doctors. Like, it could be literature.
She's a literature professor who works at the power plant.
Are we going to need to sneak in?
I'm not great at that, but I can try.
I mean, do we have any authority as like quote unquote registered heroes?
Yeah.
You might, but you are entering into a place that does not want you. Nor do they expect you, nor do you have any jurisdiction there. I think that you can walk into places where you are expected, like the jewelry store, and have mild jurisdiction. But this is a like corporation power plant, so you
Our
probably
authority is justice.
You won't be able to walk in and be like, "We're here," especially if seemingly this is where our villain is staying.
Right. It's her lair.
So should we disguise ourselves?
Oh yeah.
There's a costume closet here in the tower, right?
There is, yeah.
I like that closet.
Full of what? Normal people clothes or superhero clothes?
Everything you can imagine.
Yeah. It's like that scene in The Matrix.
Yeah, it is like this huge. It's like kind of like down in the northern. And this is a pretty big place because it's able to house like a lot of young superheroes as well as like training rooms and a giant costume closet. And it's actually like a 2-storied costume closet that just has like different sections for like different types of styles, different types of eras, different types. There's like just like a costumey area. There's just like a lot of normal clothes as well. There's just anything you can possibly imagine. There's also a little terminal that if you can't see the thing you're looking for, you can request it and they'll get it stocked. So there's like you can request a certain kind of outfit or something. You won't have it immediately, but you can like send in requests.
Neat.
This is like my favorite scene in my favorite movie, Clueless. It's a makeover.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so do we have like one of those screens where like we take a screenshot of ourselves and then you could just swipe
Yeah, you can just
put
swipe and
clothes
see
on?
what you look like. There's also this like little platform with a bunch of mirrors surrounding it, so you can kind of look at every angle of the outfit once you've put it on.
Hell
Lots
yeah.
of little mini dressing rooms that you can go into. It's a pretty decked out costumes storage.
So are we going construction or employee?
Every option for Captain Yeet doesn't have a shirt. Like it's a businessman without a shirt, a construction worker without a shirt, electrician
All right,
without a shirt.
so I figured out why this isn't going to work already.
I mean, some of us could be scientists, some of us can be construction workers or like electrical engineers or
A plumber. I'm here to fix the pipes.
That's probably the most likely to be shirtless. I agree.
Because they get wet. So why wear a shirt?
Because they get wet is the right answer. So what we're gonna need to do is I say.
Are you British? What are you doing?
It's
That's
British to
Australian. Australian.
I say,
know.
mate.
Listen, whenever I'm speaking as Chauncey, I'm just rolling a die in my head of what voice to do. Sometimes it's different. I say that we should, have one of us be a contractor and have the other be the one who requested the service that the others are fulfilling. That's way, if some of the employees are unaware of the work that is being done, we are also the justification of why it is happening.
Okay.
I'm 17-year-old, and this is how I talk.
First of all, it's called a protractor, not a contractor, and I don't think we can be objects.
I punched Captain Yeet in the nuts.
I don't feel a
You
thing.
do so. They do
Nothing
have superhuman toughness. And yeah.
Dun.
Good one.
Yeah, a bell sound rings. Okay.
No, that only happens with Clank. Dun. You punch him anywhere and it just sounds like an empty hollow, like the bells of Notre Dame whenever you punch
Oh
Clank.
no.
Yeah, it actually sounds really like cathedral and like holy, like Disney Hunchback.
Yeah.
I swipe through the list of outfits and it lands on a cliche white lab coat and a hard hat, and I click on it. And how do these clothes come on my body?
It's literally like where you're standing, you click on it, and then this like chute falls from the ceiling, and then the items just kind of fall on top of you. And then they like land on the ground, so just kind of like it's like the lab coat and that hat kind of like poops itself out of this chute that then
All right.
sucks itself back up into the ceiling.
I start gathering the clothes and I start putting them on without taking off any of my other layers. I think my maybe 6th layer to a chunky lab coat scientist.
I also now know how this plan is going to fail.
It's a big. I got an XXXL.
Alrighty, what are the rest of you wearing?
Like ripped jeans that are super tight and a pair of like those kind of like tan boots, right? Except I got them kind of like unlaced towards the top and the tongue's hanging out. And then I've got like I'm
Like
oiled
Timberlands?
up.
You just have like
Yeah,
Timberlands?
Won't be the only
Timberlands.
tongue that's hanging out.
I'm like oiled up and I got a construction hat on and I got a big rock and I got a traffic cone.
All right,
have a
RC,
big
rock.
Cool it, kid.
Sorry, can you go back to the big rock that you have?
Yeah, I have a big rock. Look at the picture. Look at the picture in Discord. It's literally this guy
In Discord?
shirtless
Discord.
with a construction hat, a big rock, and a traffic cone. I don't know
Why does
why,
he have that
but
rock?
that's what he's got.
That's what he's
I'm
doing.
exhausted.
I'm swiping through, and I'm gonna pick a power suit with like big shoulder pads.
Hell yeah.
and then a hard hat and like construction plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clank, what are you? You half cyborg, half person going to wear to be in disguise?
Just Clank, can you just kneel down and we put you on a cart and you'll be the machine that we're installing?
Clank
Like
just
a
puts
transformer.
makeup over half of the metal face.
Seems dismissive.
Clank is what we're installing.
Clank is a transformer.
That genuinely
Can
could
you just be a
actually work.
car?
No, I can't just be a. Fayboy, I like what you said. If you could just push me, I can kind of disguise myself with a bunch of these parts.
Sorry, Captain Yeet, do Transformers exist in this world? Like the series?
They're real, right?
Is our culture canon?
If Lady Gaga
I think
and
so, yeah.
Ariana Grande,
So that means
Exists.
our culture is canon, which means that podcasts are canon, which means the actual play podcast Rise of the Demigods is canon, which
Yeah, I
means
hate
in the
that
past,
show.
this episode is canon.
Yeah.
Us recording it, telling the
gosh.
future.
Yeah.
Fayboy has listened
Yeah.
to Rise of the Demigods at least 6 times.
I
Fayboy
wonder if
loves
they
my
watch
Janice.
this
Walkman.
episode.
on my Walkman.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, no, because like I feel like with Halcyon City is the Gotham, it is the metropolis, which is basically knockoff New York City.
Yeah.
So basically, like it feels like the canon of our universe as we know it is real. Who is the mouse that just touched Fayboy's crotch? I just saw the mouse.
Oh,
That's
whoops.
around.
Aram
Yep, the
has-
mouse. Sorry, the mouse does come up. Like
I just saw the mouse go and then land on Fayboy's crotch and then linger and then move away, and I didn't know what happened.
right there.
But yeah, so it's like it's a knockoff version of New York City, and so most of the things we know as canon are real,
Including this podcast
including this podcast episode.
Neat.
So you all adorn your disguises. Do you have a
What did we
guys-
pile
decide
of-
for Clank? Clank,
A pile of-
are you a machine?
A pile of like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
machine
Just
parts.
machine parts.
What should we say about your flesh?
I'll
We'll
have
just put a
him.
tarp over it.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
Like I think Clank will just like wave their arms over at like just a pile of like boxy computer looking parts. Like
I'm just gonna hide those. Like, we're
We'll figure
good.
something
It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gives me the opportunity to try to get into their systems, right?
Yeah.
Well,
And
you're
our
just kinda
disguises are so
talking?
locked tight that like he'll have all the cover he needs. Yeah.
So are you pushing?
Okay.
Is it like a?
Yeah,
What are
we're,
you pushing
yeah, we're pushing
Clank
a-
in?
Pushing Clank in a car.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want Captain Yeet pushing the cart.
Yeah.
I'll be leading with a clipboard telling Fayboy, who's looking at a big blueprint sheet and pointing at things with my pen.
All right. Sorry, I was reading something.
And like
Wow.
I'm gonna like
You know how long we spent on this beautiful plan, Mackenzie, for your fucking game?
Thank
how do we
you.
like how
I'm
do we
trying to
just-
see if there's any skill for lying, and because I've never run this game before, I'm like, do you just do it? Is it just happen? Because that makes no fucking
like
sense.
a liar.
I might have to just make something up because that's who we are and that's who I am.
How do we get there? We can't take the Yeetmobile because it says Captain Yeet. Mm-hmm. But we could like
Take Chromatica.
say, well, we can't take a spaceship. They're gonna know it's a spaceship.
But
It's
it's
chameleon.
Chameleon plating.
But we gotta like approach in a van and be like, hey, we're here to do the thing.
Why are
Let
you
us-
demanding that this is what needs to happen?
Wasn't that what we do? I don't know. Like, how do we get in? Can we just lay on the roof?
Can we rent a van?
We can rent a van. I'm 18.
Let's
yeah.
rent a van.
Yeah, we gotta pay
it's-
more for the
it's-
insurance.
It's getting late, so it's about like it's getting later in the night. So it's I think that most rental places would be closed by
but
now.
we could borrow a van.
Steal a van?
We could just-
Borrow.
Grab a lift.
Oh, we could get a lift. Okay.
That's true.
Yeah, let's get a lift.
Lift exists in this
We'll
world.
get one of the XL ones, one of the big black
Yeah,
SUVs.
get the Escalade. Perfect.
Oh, they always have water and mints. Yeah.
All right. So you are all disguised. You're going to load up this pile of metal shrapnel and clank into the back of a Uber XL
Yeah.
and take an Uber to the electrocore.
So expensive if you think about it.
Captain
It's gonna
Yeet
be like
always sits in the
$100.
front.
It's gonna be like
Yeah.
$100.
Yeah.
That's
Captain
okay.
Yeet-
Our commissioner pays for it. Like
Totally.
it's not our dollar.
Sure.
The commissioner of the city. This is taxes.
Put it on the
Being
commission.
well used.
That's right. Captain
We
Yeet
press
is
the
100% that
we
guy who
press the
sits in the
button
front
on
seat
the
of
Uber
every
app.
Uber.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
the Uber app, there's a button that says the commissioner's tab, and we press it.
Yeah.
We have to choose the business.
Right.
There's like a
Business
business
one.
option.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right.
All right, GM, take us in this Uber. Let's go.
Take you in that Uber.
What's his name? What's our Uber driver's name?
Your Uber driver's name is
Aram Avanti.
Yeah, right.
Hamzat, because that is the name of my Uber Eats delivery driver right now.
Awesome.
So Hamzat is who's driving you, and he's like,
What's up, Hamza?
Lucky you, Hamza.
he's like, so why are you trying to go to the electro core?
We are
Mackenzie, I hope you know that when
workers.
you get your food today, you're going to have him sign an NDA or something for his likeliness being used in this episode.
We're
That's
construction
exactly what he
workers,
sounds like.
and we have to construct.
Oh, okay, yeah, this sounds plausible. I believe anything anyone tells me. I'm an Uber driver.
Wait,
Yeah.
you're from Brooklyn too, huh?
Yeah, we're all from fake New York City here in Halcyon.
Yeah. Did you want some cookies?
Absolutely, I
got
eat anything a
cookies.
stranger gives me.
They look like us, but they're really good.
And so,
Oh wait, no.
There's
we're-
Hamza.
I like to.
They look
I
like
would personally-
superheroes that are definitely not us.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would also like to replace that "but" with an "and," in which they look like us and they're really good.
all right, he eats these cookies as he drives you down to the Halcyon Electro Core. Suddenly, you notice in your periphery that the lights behind you on the street are starting to go out, and as you turn around, you notice that like buildings are starting to darken, and it seems like as you're driving closer and closer to the south side of the city, to the Halcyon City Electro Core, the lights, it seems like there is a mass blackout kind of like making its wave through the city as lights are going out, and Hamzat turns on his lights brighter and is like, I don't know what's going on, and sort of goes a little bit quicker to start get you guys down there. But by the time you get to the Electro Core, it looks like most of the city is in a blackout right now. And
Is the electrical core building and still lit?
yes. And so it is almost surrounded by this darkened city. The Halcyon City Electro Core shines as brightly as the sun as rain begins to pour harder and lightning is striking in the distance as you arrive at this large, looming, luminous building. What do you do?
When we get out of the Uber, we're gonna take all our junk. We're gonna rate our driver
Oh, give him 5 stars. I like
Stars.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 stars.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 stars for Hamzat, yes.
Also, I give him a tip in cash because I know that like Uber takes all your money, so he's like a 10 man.
Boy,
Yeah. He
That-
likes you guys.
Max back.
That's right.
Hell yeah. So yeah, he drives off and he's
Well,
like, it's probably my last job of the night because I don't know what the hell's going on in the city. Guess I'll find out later. And he kind of drives off.
Be
I
well,
sure you don't
hazmat.
want to
Like
stay
Hamzat.
here with us. Okay, never mind.
He drives off.
Meow. And his
I
little,
sensed something powerful in that man.
And rain is coming down.
I'm just like leaning back, getting my chest all wet, kind of flexing a little bit.
Thunder and lightning.
You gotta
Sounds.
push the cart.
Oh wait, yeah. You ready, Clegg? I'm gonna push you now.
We're
Is
ready.
that okay?
Yeah, please.
Okay, I'm gonna start pushing you now, and I start pushing him.
All right.
We walk up to the front of the building.
All right. You walk to the front of the building and there's sort of these, this like kind of gate, this large kind of like gate and fencing that is this sort of like very, very, very tall, like metal and brick that surrounds the entire sort of electric corporation. And there, in this front gate area where you would enter, there is like a small sort of little alcove for a security guard who is sitting there as you guys approach.
Okay. We approach the security guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you have who are you? Do you have your
We're
Passes?
contractors. We're here to fix your building's fax machine.
Yeah.
All of them.
Every
All the
fax.
fax machines. We have all the pieces here, and I roll out my thing and start pointing at parts of the map.
Do you have any identification or anything?
Clink is gonna like
Oh, we pull. Yeah.
put through like
I grab it from
yeah
Clink.
like
Yeah.
Clink's
Here you go.
totally redone it.
She
Totally
looks.
matches Fayboy.
No.
Oh, you've redone it, so you have changed
Oh,
it
yeah,
from
yeah,
Larry
fuck yeah,
Jenkins.
fuck yeah.
I was about to say she's gonna look at Larry Jenkins and be like, "What the?"
Yeah, no.
All right. So she sort of what the comic panel we see
Jenny
is sort of-
Jenkins.
is sort of the
Peggy Jenks.
we see sort of
Patsy Jenkins.
the ID in the hands of this woman, and then pulled down to an identical face of Fayboy staring at her, and she does it a couple times, and she leans in, she pops it onto a scanner inside of her alcove, and there's a long pause, and she's looking at it, and she's looking at you, and then and the gates start to open.
Hell yeah.
And
Because that's
she
real.
looked- She kind of squints her eyes at you, and she
No, don't pay attention to him. He's just a worker.
leans out.
And you know workers. Those stupid
Yeah,
idiots.
I just do like manual things, and therefore I'm less valued in society. Yeah, completely.
She sort of squints her eyes at you, and she leans out her arm to hand you back your identification, and she sort of is wearing this like rain poncho over her security uniform, and she sort of looks at you all very, very suspiciously and says, good luck with your work, and leans back in, and you see her go to a computer, and she's just sort of like typing on a computer and the gates are opening.
I clip on my ID and I'm gonna walk like
Big old shoulders.
with my shoulder.
The shoulders forward.
I unplugged my headphones.
Oh, no.
Who knows what's going on?
Everyone's
Who
saying
knows
mean
what
things about
anyone's saying
Mackenzie
to
real
me?
quick.
No,
Mackenzie's fairly
Mackenzie's
interesting.
amazing. Shut the fuck up,
And we're
Rob.
back. And so you,
So
yeah.
I will. I'm just gonna flash back to like. Can I do like a little flashback to my home
Please,
planet?
yeah.
And like everyone in my planet, like the new fad of communication is like faxing. So
So that's what she's like,
So-
fax machines.
They're so vogue right now.
right.
Alrighty, and so you all are able to enter into this large, very white linoleum-looking lobby for the Halcyon City Electrocore, and in there was sort of a decent amount of size away because it's a pretty huge lobby. There's like seating areas for people who are waiting for various things. There is this one very large elevator at the far end of the room, as well as some sort of like stairs that are tiered that go up like repeatedly up. It's basically this long, giant, tall, singular room that has these stairs that go all the way up it, and you can sort of see that the elevator is tubed and it goes up and then further down because you see it entering from below. So you know that it also goes beneath the electrocore, and there aren't a lot of people in here right now because it's after hours, but there is still there's a receptionist sort of at the desk in the very center of the room, it kind of in between these large staircases and the elevator. And she's sort of this like smaller framed person with sort of shaggy red hair and glasses. And she looks up at you and just sort of stares as you enter. What do you do?
We walk past her.
Excuse me, where are you going?
Shit, gang. Well, I'm all out of fucking ideas.
We're
I
here
need you to
fix
check in
the-
here, please.
We're here to fix the pagers.
The fax machine.
Fax machines.
We're looking for a Dr. Shelley's office. We got a report that her fax machine needs fixing.
Oh, she's not seeing anybody right now.
Oh, she's single.
We don't need her. We need her fax
Yes,
machine.
but also she's not taking any guests right now. She is,
We have an appointment.
and she goes to the computer.
Can I counter hack? Can I counter hack?
Unleash your powers.
Push the button.
Are you trying to put like an appointment
Yep.
in?
Yep.
Okay, unleash your powers.
All right, let's do
Get
that.
into that Google Calendar.
Hack into the Google Calendar on the Slack.
I'm making sure
is-
that like we're synced. Yeah. Great.
So yeah, roll plus your freak.
Yeah. Oh God! Wait, did I do that? Did I roll? Was that me? No, that was Nikki.
I didn't see any dice.
No.
I have no clue.
Right, we didn't see any.
Okay. Boom.
Ooh,
Ooh,
it should've been
7.
you, though.
7.
Also
Not,
7.
not
Hey,
super
hey.
bad. Not great.
Not great.
Not the worst.
But not a fail.
Not a fail.
Well, but on a 7 to 9, mark a condition, and I will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary. And so she's going to the Slack to check the Google Calendar for Dr. Shelley. And when she finally pulls it up, you're hacking, you're underneath in this pile of things, and you're hacking, and you add it, and you're trying to get it to sort of lock in. You're trying to actually log back out so that you don't you don't mess anything else up, and it's not obvious that someone's in there. And she opens it up and she sees that there is an appointment. She goes, "Oh, I do see that." And then as you're trying to exit out, you accidentally delete it. And then she looks, "Oh, shit. Oh, she must have taken it off a calendar. Maybe she didn't contact you, but I did see that you had one, but she did tell me tonight that she's not seeing anybody, so she might have just forgotten to let you know. I'm so sorry. But she's sort of keeping to herself nowadays, and I don't think she really wants any guests."
You could just fix the fax machines around her, and then they'll like osmosis to the other one.
I would be very afraid to skip an appointment that Dr. Shelley had made just because some technological error. I'm going to use my pheromones to instill a little bit of fear in her.
All right, roll to unleash your powers, roll plus freak.
Okay.
What condition did Clink take?
Yeah, what condition
for-
did Clank take when he messed it up?
Afraid.
Also, okay, awesome. And also, there's also...
damn.
Oh my god.
So, and my freak is +2.
So what did you roll?
14.
14. Holy shit. Yeah, so also on your basic moves thing, there is that shows you where you can clear conditions, and so different conditions have different clear points. So I think 2 of you so far have marked conditions, so keep an eye on
I've got
how to
2.
clear them. And
Am I still guilty?
unless you do
be.
something, you make a sacrifice to absolve your guilt, you are still guilty.
Well, I don't feel guilty, but hey, I'll agree with you.
And so, yeah, you rolled a 14. So you were trying to instill fear in her, you said?
Yeah, just afraid that maybe she might have gotten it wrong. Like her boss would be super, super angry at the fact that a possible appointment, would be missed
Yeah,
just because
and this
something happened.
very much works. And so you use your pheromones, and you see sort of her physicality change a bit as she shakes her head, and she looks over, and she tenses up, and she goes, "Oh, but yeah, you're right. I mean, what if I deleted it and I didn't even notice? I'm very bad at Google Calendar.
It's really hard. I can't
guess-
figure it out either.
I guess if you did have an appointment, I should let you down there because I don't want her to get mad at me in case she's expecting you, and she probably is expecting you. And I'll call to let her know you're coming." And she goes to
What's her name?
the receptionist. She's wearing a little thing that says Rhonda on it.
Rhonda.
You're doing the right thing, Ron.
Yeah.
All right.
Here's
so she's-
here's some cookies.
Picking up a phone.
I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna reach out and grab her wrist and say, "I think that you need to calm down first before you call your boss in this current emotional state."
But I've got to let her know you're coming down.
Yes, and I've worked a lot of jobs. You must understand. Look at my hat and my coat. When you're all wrapped up in these emotions, anything could come out. Why don't you just relax for a quick second? And I'm going to start.
Are we are we technically late for the appointment as well?
A little bit. Yeah, you're like right on time.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say.
Clank would have inserted the appointment.
Do you get a lot of knots in your back?
Yeah, because my chair here at the desk has really bad back support. And so my back does get really bad, yeah.
I've read up a lot about this. May I? And I start kind of positioning myself.
Do you have your appointment you need to go to? I can call her and let her know you're coming.
Rhonda, don't call your boss when we're gonna be late, and you do not want to be yelled at.
The knots in your back. They could become, and I'm gonna start massaging her shoulders, and as I'm massaging her shoulders, I would like to use an eye to bite her and use my vitality absorption to make her really tired and lethargic so she doesn't care anymore.
Whose
Okay,
side
roll to
are you
unleash
on?
roll to unleash your fucking powers, I guess. All this whole game is just unleashing powers.
I have not done a single superhero thing.
Hey, you know what? It's okay. We're
You
having
got
a great
kicked in the
time.
ass.
Oh,
You didn't do
no.
anything.
Fuck yeah, bud! Once again,
Oh,
taking us to the danger zone. 1 and a 2.
So, God, yeah, you're trying to do this. Your eye goes to bite her, and she feels it, and she whacks back at you and hits you directly in the nose. Says, "What are you doing?"
Oh, I'm sorry. That must have been one of the knots. They hurt so much, and it's really important for people to get rid of those knots.
yeah. That's why we call them knots.
I'm gonna let her know you're coming down, and then she hits a button on her desk, and the elevator opens, and she is dialing an extension on her phone.
Thanks,
Do I need to
smash. And I just smashed the phone, like I lean in on it and just smashed it. Oh, shoot. Well, look, add that to our tab. We'll fix that too. Anyway, thanks, lady. And we go down to go to the elevator.
Hold on, real quick. Do I need to have a condition for failing a roll?
Yes.
It just says on a 7 to 9 market condition.
I think you can also choose to take a condition though if you feel that it's appropriate.
Yeah.
Thematically.
No, I've never done anything wrong.
Because
Sure.
I feel like it makes sense for you to
I know that and I love you.
Thank you.
I don't even know.
I'm already guilty. What other condition could I be?
Insecure maybe.
I guess
Insecure,
I
yeah.
thought I gave better back rubs.
Okay, so
In the elevator.
Good job, team. We totally took down that receptionist.
Yeah, so
I never
Mackenzie,
saw
can
it
you just
coming.
kind of tell us like now how we're seeing Dr. Shelley after getting past that receptionist because we did it.
Yeah. So yes.
Oh wait, Aram, did you smash a phone?
Yeah, I did. I smashed the phone.
Accidentally. like
Aram
elbowed it.
smashed a phone.
How do you accidentally smash a phone?
I'm really
If someone's
strong.
holding?
As
Well, he's all elbows and muscles.
Yeah.
you
I
all
dropped my rock.
Oh wait, isn't there something? Don't you have an ability, something like the bull and
I did.
China-
Bull in the China shop. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bone
use
fighter?
that.
Yeah,
So-
bull in the China shop. You can cause significant collateral damage to your environment. To
Bull in the
choose
China
a
shop.
different
not need
option.
significant
No,
collateral
yes.
damage right now.
Bull in a
Roll it.
China
Roll
shop.
it.
I can
We
break
are in
anything.
an elevator
Fucking roll it.
Roll
going
it.
down to
Roll
meet
that
Dr.
shit.
Shelley.
Well, let me just
Or roll
say, because you all are a bunch of suspicious motherfuckers.
Yes.
You break her phone. She's staring at you all. You're all walking away going, all right, see you later, girlfriend. You all pile into the elevator and you're all looking at each other. And as you're
Nailed it.
looking up, as the elevator is closing, you notice that the security guard has come inside, is standing at the desk looking at Rhonda. They both nod and look to the elevators, and the security guard closes her arms as you see the elevator closing.
Big thumbs up.
And the elevator goes down. And the natural light from the light from the lobby begins to fade as you go deeper and deeper and deeper. And you're going for what feels like 30, 45, 60 seconds. And then the elevator stops.
Ouch.
And you're waiting there for a moment.
Open.
And then
open.
you hear the voice of the security guard
Oh.
from earlier coming above, and she goes, "You know, I thought you were weird. And then you did all that to Rhonda? Our
wife.
Rhonda?" And then the doors open, and there is 3 security guards with like full riot gear and like electric kind of what do you call those? There's like long sticks with
Baton.
electricity.
Stun
Yeah, like
baton?
a stun
stun baton.
a stun baton standing there. And you hear the voice say, we'll kindly be asking you to leave.
Are you here to escort us to the doctor's office?
One of the one of the riot geared officers just shakes their head.
Captain Yeet, punch.
That's a shame. Okay, Captain Yeet.
All right. Roll. So I want you to roll to directly engage with the threat. So roll plus danger.
All right, plus my danger. My danger.
Yeah, and if you have any bull moves
plus
that
3.
help with that, let me know.
And well, I've got the bull in the china shop, and hang on, there when it matters. When you defend someone, well, I'm not really defending anyone. I'm
not
attacking.
Not yet. But you are. Yeah, you're roll to directly engage with a threat.
All right, so that is 4. Unfortunately, plus 3 is 7.
All right. So on a 7 to 9, you pick one of these things. You can either resist or avoid their blows. You can take something from them. You can create an opportunity for your allies, or you can impress, surprise, or frighten them.
I think I'll create an opportunity for my allies, so I'll kind of shove them all out of the way to make a hole for everyone else to run through.
All right, you do that. What does everybody else do?
I'm gonna grab the cart and start running through.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm going to get behind the cart along with Fayboy and try to double our speed with double the power and trying to push this thing up to 20 miles per hour.
All right, so you run through and you realize that you're in what looks like it like sort of like an underground jail house. Like it looks like this room. You're running to the other end. You don't seem to see another door, another entrance. It looks like a very singular room that they use to keep people in. There are some people that are in these glass-looking cells that are just sitting in there. But it looks like this is more a place they were trying to keep you captive. So if you run through them, you're eventually going to hit a wall.
Oh, so this isn't where we want to be.
Yeah. Can I assess the situation?
Absolutely. Yeah, roll superior.
So Clank is still in the cart. They're pushing, him away, and he's just tapping on his scribe pad to be like, is this where we're supposed to be, or is this not where we're supposed to be?
Sure. Yeah. So you're looking for maybe a map or something?
Yeah.
Kind of
Oh no.
Yeah.
I minimize that. No. Okay.
Yeah. Roll plus your superior.
All right, I don't think I have superior. Oh no, actually that's really bad. Superior's -1. There we go. 9.
Nice.
Okay, on a 7 to 9, you're allowed to ask one of these questions. What here can I use to blank? Insert something you want to do, maybe. What here is the biggest threat? What here is the biggest danger? Who here is most vulnerable to me? How could we best end this quickly?
How could we best end this quickly?
Okay, so how you guys could end this quickly, I'm going to go ahead and say, if you're, especially since I'll kind of rework this a bit because you were specifically looking for, your location within the place. This, you can see, you see on your scribe pad, if you will, a sort of a map almost. You're able to hack into a map of the levels, and you can see that there is a deeper level than what is here. You see that there is only one level deeper to go, but it's very much farther down, which gives you the impression that something maybe the lowest level is very large because there's a lot of space between this level you're on and the level below it.
Okay.
How can we best end this quickly? I think the most honest answer, because I'm answering sort of as a GM out of character and context, I think that you see that there is only one exit out of this room, and it is the elevator. And it would be either finding how to activate the elevator on your own and continue down or up, or taking out these riot officers and
prying open the
doing that
doors and
without a
jumping
threat.
down the shaft. Yeah, absolutely agree.
also that.
100% agree.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
So basically you see that there is only one exit out and there is a lower level to access. That kind of answers it.
Turn us back around. There's no other way out. We gotta get back down that elevator.
I gotcha.
I swing back around.
Who wants to meet the yeet?
Are you still engaging with these guys?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let's directly engage in the threat. Roll danger.
All right. Roll my danger.
Because the 3 of them are coming for you.
That's gonna be an 11.
Alrighty, so you get to pick 2 things. You can either resist or avoid their blows. You can take something from them. You can create more opportunities for your allies, or you can frighten them.
Yeah, I'm gonna basically
You can
like,
pick 2 of those things, by the way.
I pick 2 of those things. Okay, then I want to I don't want to hurt them because they're just dudes, right? They're just doing their job. So I'm just like gonna start grabbing stun batons and just smashing them. Like just grab one out, smash them, grab one out, and I'm creating a hole so everyone can get back on the elevator.
Yeah, so Captain Yeet begins like grabbing. You're able to get 2 this time around from these 3. You grab these batons and you snap them in half and the electricity crackles around your hand, and they start trying to come at you with just fists, but one of them is going to come down and smack you with the baton, and he's able to hit you, and you kind of rear back, and the other 2 get to either side of him, and they're backing up a bit, but they're definitely engaging with you still, but they only have 1 baton now. What are the rest of you doing?
To kill them all. I would like to use my telekinesis to put their heads in the ceiling.
All right, roll to... I think that's unleashing your powers as opposed to engaging.
No, I was thinking of provoking someone to do it for me. No, I'm kidding. What do I add to that?
Freak.
Should have been a better freak.
You really should.
I really should have. Come on. Okay, 9. I'll take it.
9. Okay, yeah. That's some market condition. This feels like so much, but
I'm angry.
the effect is.
I will take angry.
You're angry. Okay, yeah. You're running and you're angry, and the effect is unstable or temporary. So you're running and you focus in your energy, and these eyes sort of pop out of your skin, and they look over at the group of you all, and the 3 of them just go flying up to the ceiling, and then their heads smash into the ceiling, and your telekinesis is holding them up there, and then you trip a little bit as you're running, and then they come falling as you lose your concentration on them, and they just... It's a pretty tall ceiling. It's like 60 feet. These are human beings, and they just fucking crumple at the ground. You can try to.
Yeah, because I'm there when it matters. So if I'm trying to defend someone, so now I've got to defend these guards against grab.
Roll plus savior.
All right, excellent. Roll plus savior. Okay, so that's a +1. All right. 8.
All right, on 7 to 9, it does cost you. You expose yourself to danger, or you escalate the situation.
Yeah. I'll
Which one of those
myself
2?
to danger. Yeah.
All right, so you expose yourself to danger. So you
Thunk, thunk, goosh.
yeah, you're running and you're trying to catch them, and one of them falls. You catch one, the other one falls. You grab him in your other arm, and the third one with the baton, Limp's body comes, and you're going to take a powerful blow as this guy runs, like his body falls, and the baton just threatens to stab through you almost.
It just shocks like right in the back of the neck, and just see all his hair go up.
Yes, so when you take a powerful blow, roll plus conditions marked. I don't think you have any conditions.
Correct.
So just roll 2d6.
Okay. 4.
Alrighty. On a miss, you stand strong. You mark potential as normal. Oh, yeah. Oh, I think you were... now I realize on a miss, you were all supposed to be marking potential, but this is a one-shot, and we'll figure it out later. But you stand strong. This comes down and hits you, and your body, like, electrocutes almost. You do not catch this body because it falls to the ground. You caught the other 2, and you electrocute, and then you're able to bolster, and you stand strong after taking this powerful blow. And you're holding 2 of the bodies. They don't look great. They got slammed to a ceiling, and they fell.
Do they look dead?
Mostly.
I'm gonna yell, "Grab! What about their demons?"
I gently put them down.
We'll deal with them later, Faye.
I go pry open the elevator doors.
All right, you pry open the elevator doors. You're very, very strong. That's easy enough to do. You are able to get back into the elevator, but it is shut down, so you'll have to use some way. I don't know how.
All 3 of us look at Clank.
Well, no, 2 of you do. I'm getting ready to smash the panel, and then I have to be stopped.
Yeah, Clank's
Clank
gonna
did a job.
take his hand and just hold it onto Yeats,
Not yet, buddy. It's soon.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay, all right.
And Yeah, I
God,
would
that
like
voice is so cool.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I would like to, hacky hack the world.
Hackety hack hack. Yeah, I'm just gonna say you do this because it's probably simple enough. It's not too heavy of an obstacle. They basically just stopped it so you can restart it. They will notice that you are starting it up again, maybe, but you are able to start it. And I assume you're moving down, or are you trying to move back up?
We're going out. Because
Now I know where, right?
Yeah,
So yeah, we're going to the level that we need to get to.
you are moving down lower and lower and lower and lower and lower, and now we flip the page and we see a large panel in our comic book. The elevator doors are sliding open slowly. It opens onto a large domed room with advanced technology, computers, and papers littered everywhere. It's a very dark room. There's basically no lights on here. In the center of the room, very prominently, there is a figure moving around a shiny metallic table in a very frantic way. Directly above the table, there is a huge tube-like metallic structure that hangs above the table, teeming with electricity that threatens to shoot out at any moment. This figure is sort of feminine. They're hunched over, touching and prodding what looks like a humanoid body on the table. You can see that she wears a lab coat and thick black boots with long, dark black hair and glasses and a mask or some sort of covering most of her face. The little bit of skin that can be seen is ghostly pale. She goes back and forth between the body and this large computer directly next to it. On the giant computer, diagrams of the human body with indecipherable notes are shown. She goes back and forth and over again as she types something on the computer. A surge of electricity flies down from the structure, hitting the body on the table. The feminine figure runs back to it, says, "Close. We're close," as she scratches her head, and the hair on her head as she scratches it seems to shift unnaturally, as if it were a wig of some sort. She moves back to the computer, typing things, and the domed ceiling begins to open small little windows, which seems impossible because this is a deep, deep basement. But as you can see, rain begins to trickle in, and you can tell that these are deep, deep vents that have been opened to give access to this basement. What do you do?
I just have one question.
Yes.
Is that a hard front or a lace front wig?
It's a hard front wig.
Oh, girl, no. Oh, girl. I turn and I'm like,
You just projectile vomit out of your butthole.
One of the three.
One of the three.
Doctor, you've got an appointment with justice.
And then we turn around and we walk out.
She turns, she stops in her tracks and turns to you, and you really can't make out any facial features because of the coverings, but you see these steely blue eyes looking at you, and you hear this loud voice say, "Doctor, what are you doing here?"
We're delivering justice.
To who?
Well, that's a good question. I guess you have to sign for it. I don't know. How does this work?
are you Dr. Shelley?
Yeah.
Take off that mask and that hard front wig.
I don't know what you're talking about. Go away. What are you doing here? I'll call the guards. And she sort of starts going to type on the computer.
Smash.
She's very far away from you. You're like at the elevator. She's like 50 feet away.
Yes.
I will start walking towards her.
Don't come any nearer. Don't come any closer. You'll ruin it.
What exactly are you talking about?
Just leave me alone. I just please go away. I won't hurt you.
Continue walking. Neither will I.
She starts to freak out, and she holds her hand up, and the electricity that's from the thing above almost shoots into her hands, and as she points out, the electricity shoots out of her hand, and it lands on the ground next to you, and she goes, "I don't want to hurt you. Please."
I turn around and look at my teammates.
Why did you send guards to rob a bank for jewelry?
Yeah.
I mean, clearly you need it, but
I don't need it. I need it for her. And she points at this sort of like humanoid body on the table.
And who is that?
Does she run on diamonds?
No, they're gifts.
Aw, that's sweet. I mean, you can't just give people other people's things.
I can if I'm leaving. I won't. I don't need to get out. Please.
Look, we gotta know what's going on, and like you seem like you're in pain, and that makes me sad, and I don't want to like yeet you, but like we need to know what you're doing.
I'm doing what she did, but better. And she sort of pulls off this wig reveal. She pulls off
Wig
this
reveal.
wig and
For
pulls
another wig.
and she pulls down this mask and these glasses rips off, and you see
I'm 6 feet away.
You're not that. She wasn't going. I thought you stopped. You see, you stopped and looked at.
No,
your...
I'm saying I'm at least 6 feet away.
You're within.
I'm saying within a social distancing.
acceptable distance.
As she takes off her mask.
Oh, okay. Ha 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 ha. No, she doesn't
It's a
wanna- she doesn't like you.
coronavirus joke. Sorry, listeners. At the time of recording, we're in a global pandemic.
We
where
still will
if
be.
I hear,
Absolutely still will
the
be.
phrase,
There's 100% chance
when
it'll be
I-
worse.
Please stay home.
When I heard the phrase,
Please wear a fucking mask and watch
she
the
took off her mask.
I
peed
see.
a little.
Yeah, she wanted you to keep distance. But she pulls this down, and you see this sort of bald woman with no eyebrows, bald head, and she has sort of these like she's very ghostly pale skin and dark kind of crackling looking scarring that comes up her face, like lightning scars coming up down from her neck, and she's wearing this lab coat, and as she turns to you, you see the clothes underneath do not look like those of a scientist. They look like mangled, torn apart clothing, and she's standing there, and she looks at you and she says, I am so close. I will leave if you just let me do this, because I am not that bitch. And she looks at you all and she goes, I'm not her, I promise. Promethea is dead. And she points over to the side, and you see from the moonlight in one of the vents on the ground to the side, you see that there is this decomposing, mangled, bludgeoned body over on like laying on one of the desks, being hit in the light, and you hear the name Promethea. And especially people like Clank and probably, Captain Yeet, people who have like studied the generations of superheroes, you will recognize the name Promethea as a supervillain of the Silver Generation. She sought to create perfect living beings, and she fought alongside the most deadly villain of that age, Dr. Infinity. When Dr. Infinity was defeated, Promethea disappeared, and people thought they never saw her ever again. And she points at this body and she goes, she's been here, working her way back after all she knew was destroyed, and she made me, and I did not ask to be born, and yet she made me. She gave me life, she gave me vitality, the curse of existence, and in turn, she gave me a life of loneliness. She tried to control me and mold me to be some idiot, something she could parade around to become the Promethea she once was, and all I wanted was someone to share it with. I didn't want to be a toy, and she told me she wouldn't, so I killed her. I think she had a sick joy in keeping me alone, and so I took her place. I defeated Promethea, something no hero could ever have done, and I'm making my wife my other half, and I will give her life and vitality, and if I can just leave with her, I will never come to Halcyon ever again.
Yeah, you kind of killed some people.
I will
And
do what
also,
I
you're,
need
like,
to be
making
happy.
a person? Didn't someone make you, and that said you made them sad, so you made another person?
Where will you go?
Anywhere where we can be alone and never seen.
I heard the Himalayas are really nice.
I suggest
was
the
thinking the
Himalayas as well.
Himalayas. I
Yeah,
was
they're
thinking-
great.
I was thinking.
You know,
I was thinking the Himalayas.
Yeah.
I strangely was going to suggest the Himalayas.
Yeah,
That's
we should.
funny.
Yeah, but first we got to take you to the cops because you killed somebody.
I'm not going to the cops.
Yeah,
she was a
you-
supervillain.
Was you gonna go? You gotta. You can explain that then, and they'll listen.
I don't know. Yeah, she does kind of make a good point. I was a bit confused on who she killed, but if it was a villain, that's a good point, don't you
You
think?
still killed a person. You still can't like just kill people.
And you
I've killed
can't
someone.
just. You're becoming the thing that made you.
Yeah.
I'll be better than her. I'm the new Promethea.
Ooh,
I will make my wife and I will leave and I'll never hurt anyone ever again.
does your wife want to go?
She's dead still. I don't know.
Well, okay, look, this is like crossing a lot of boundaries that I don't know how to negotiate, but you got to come with us and tell the cops.
I'm not going with you.
What if we could find out the answer to that question of whether or not your wife wants to go with you?
She still killed like a person.
I'm morally on the fence about that one, but I pull out an eyeball from my palm. What if we could somehow ask a dead person their opinion on something?
She looks at you quizzically but doesn't say anything.
What are you gonna make me do, woman? Make a basic move to provoke someone?
Sure. What are you trying to? You're trying to provoke her.
I'm trying to provoke her to let me feed her dead body an eyeball. What's so weird about that?
All right.
And then I'm gonna use that eyeball to speak to the dead.
All right. So roll plus superior.
Oh, hold on. I am still guilty, so I have -2 on provoking.
Oh wow. Oops.
Womp womp.
Oops. But plus superior as another -1, so I have -3 actually.
Neat.
Oh
This
my
should go
God.
well.
No, this is a good idea too. Bop. That's 1 and a 5 -3 is 3.
Wow.
Yeah. She does not take this bait. She
I throw the eyeball at her.
she grabs electricity and rips it away, and it slams against the wall. And she goes, "Don't touch her."
Now look.
I don't know, guys. I kind of understand what she's going through, right? Like this, she's here and alone, and she just wants someone that she can relate with, right? Like that's
She doesn't have to resort
this.
to an evil deed. Again, to the
Wait,
thing that just made
what-
her.
Was it self-defense?
What's the evil deed?
She killed a person.
A villain?
Is still a
Still
person. Thank you.
What? But was it self-defense?
Doesn't sound like it. Hang on, we're gonna have a sidebar. Give us 1 second here, okay? Sidebar.
Yeah, you all can talk. She's staring at you, and she's grabbing onto the arm of the body and looking up at the electricity
Look, we don't
and
have
hearing
a say.
the thunder and lightning coming closer and closer.
Oh, look, I read this book, okay? And I know in the end that if we don't do something right now, she's gonna be the cheese again.
Wait, could we go back to you read a book?
Yeah. And if we don't do something, she's gonna find out she's like cheese again, I guess, and she's gonna say I am the cheese a lot, and then like we're never gonna get anywhere.
See, now I'm confused as to what book you read. And I based this off of a book, and I'm confused what book you read.
No, I know exactly what book you're talking about. The Captain Yeet.
book
That
was-
was the book that we read, back in like 4th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, nailed it. It's great. It's a great book.
I read it on the back of a chalkboard that was etched into a shovel.
What the fuck?
Actually, you
do
can
those
listen to this
words
book on
mean?
Audible.
What
We're
are those
sponsored
words?
by
What book
Audible.
is this?
I am the cheese.
Oh, I don't
Remember?
even know.
Yes.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Like a stinky cheese?
You're all dating yourself.
Yeah, we are.
What would,
Okay.
What would the commissioner say? I guess the commissioner would want us to take her in.
Lock her up. The commission would say.
I peek my head out. Was killing Promethea in self-defense?
It was in anger after years of mistreatment.
That's not gonna fly in a court of law.
No, hold on. So Promethea was a villain.
Promethea was a villain of the Silver Age, which is like 2 generations behind you. So she was like a villain that was like one of the biggest villains in the world when it probably I think the 60s. I need to double check when the Silver Generation would be.
Yeah.
The 60s, 70s. So the 80s, like she would have been like one of the biggest villains in the world around that time. And then her leader was defeated, and she sort of went into hiding and was working, at least the person you now know who's calling herself the new Promethea says that the old Promethea was looking to sort of rebuild and become a villain again.
Yeah, gang, it sounds like she kind of did our work for us, does it not?
But she's also trying to be the new Promethea.
Yeah, it's not.
Well, she's I don't see an issue with that.
Doctor.
You don't have to call me that. I don't even have a name. I don't know.
Well,
Oh, so you're not a real doctor.
She was a doctor.
what is?
So you're impersonating someone with a higher education.
Hush.
That's something I'm not okay with.
Oh, that's the line. That's the
line.
line.
Look,
So
Okay.
fraud.
I will kill. I will kill for that.
What?
look,
What
Dr.
would
Lady.
you like to be called?
Dr. Lady.
No.
Why?
Let her decide.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
I've never had a name. I don't know much.
Gabriel's
How about
really
l-
pretty.
How about Lady X?
That's mysterious.
These are all very epic names. I just want a normal name. I
How
want.
about Susan?
How about Susan X?
Yeah,
Did
Susan.
we both say Susan at the same time?
Yeah,
Susan.
Susan.
How about Anne?
Anne's nice. Yeah.
Annex. Or what about Xanax?
Annex.
She shakes her head. She goes, Anne is fine.
Yeah.
Did she laugh
Like
a little
from
bit?
Green Gables.
Are we getting to her? Did she laugh a little bit?
No.
Damn.
Well, look.
Well, Anne, you have the right to remain silent.
Yeah. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. If you can't afford an attorney, we'll find one.
What were you going to say, Clank?
I would actually like to use one of my moves, which is
Okay.
Wish I Could Be. And I want to attempt to comfort or support Anne in this situation. Clank is very familiar with her experience.
Yeah.
Clank died. Clank was supposed to be dead, but he's not. So,
Yeah.
Look, I understand, and
he'll pull down his hood and kind of not hide, taking off all the other stupid whatever costume pieces that he's kind of
The box.
just he steps out of the cardboard box for a moment.
Uh-huh.
I understand what you're going through and the loneliness that you feel when you're forced to live a life that you didn't ask for, or a body that you never wanted to be in. But doing this,
And he gestures to her mechanism.
that's not going to help anything. That's not going to help you, and it's certainly not going to help the creature that you're going to make. You're going to just make another one of you, somebody who feels alone and hollow. But you don't have to do that, and you don't have to feel that way. I'm fortunate because I've got these guys.
And he'll gesture to the team.
No one was keeping you here. You could just leave at any time. Go find people who maybe also are like you, who like the things that you like. The people who will help you make life, but not that life, your life.
She looks down, and before you roll, you will roll comfort and support, but roll plus freak, I believe, now. And as you're rolling that, she says, she was keeping me here, pointing at the mangled body. And actually, you know what? I was going to say, it doesn't exist in this game, but I'm doing it anyway. Roll with advantage, so roll twice and take the higher one. Because honestly, it doesn't exist in this game, but I'm making it up as I go along.
We
So.
Whatever
also
you
never
want, GM lady.
chose
What was that first roll?
picked a team thing either. Oh, that's
Yeah,
an 11.
I'm a mess here on all.
It's all right, you're
all
good.
Game mastered.
It's fine.
That's
This is
okay.
great.
Yeah,
I love
we
it.
believe in you.
So that's an 11 this time.
Yeah, she points over and she says, she was keeping me here. And if she couldn't even love me, how is anybody else supposed to? And you, on a 10 plus, yeah, you can clear one of your conditions. And she's opening up to you. So she is going to clear a condition, and she was feeling angry, and she's no longer angry. And she looks at you, and she says she couldn't even love me, and she made me. I need her, and I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want to make her happy, and I want to be happy, but I can't do this. And she points at you and your friends. I couldn't be that way.
Why? What's stopping you?
I guess she was. And she looks over at the mangled body of Promethea.
That was 20 years ago.
She made me a few years ago. I only did that a week ago.
Oh.
Well, that's still in the statute of limitations.
I'm not going to go with you and be in some jail.
Okay, well, we got to do something. So here's what we're going to do, okay? You're going to leave, and we're going to say it was Prometheus, and we got into a big, huge fight, and you're going to lightning this whole room, and then you're going to just leave, and we're going to say, yeah, we had to kill her. Yeah? Good deed? Yeah, team?
What about her?
Well,
And she points at the body.
you look, she didn't have a choice here, right? You just made her, right?
It sounds like Promethea, the big one there. Sounds like you felt as if she had a hard time loving something that she created. Obviously a power imbalance. Yes? And I look at my teammate behind and say, power imbalance.
Power imbalance.
And power imbalance.
Power imbalance.
And it seems as if you were to recreate a similar action, it would be recreating a similar power imbalance.
Power imbalance.
That would halt any healthy relationship that you may be seeking.
Yeah, you can't date your intern.
Nor your child.
Yeah. Yeah, that's even worse, really, than dating an intern.
She looks really confused. And she looks at her, and she takes the limp hand of this body, and she looks over at the mangled body of Promethea, and the rain is coming in harder through the vents, and the lightning is shining bright lights that reflect down in here. And she says, I can leave and you won't stop me?
Yeah.
Well, no, if we could.
And she looks and she goes, congratulations, you killed one of the greatest villains of the Silver Generation. And she is going to try to begin walking to the elevator.
And
Yeah. Can we do a selfie though before you go?
No.
Oh, right. No, it's a secret. Good luck.
And you're never going to find love unless you start learning how to love yourself.
Aw. Yeah.
Just like in Rent.
Yeah. Or like my mom say.
And she looks down and she says, I'm not a very patient person. So that'll be hard. As she continues to walk to the elevator.
Everything worth doing is hard.
And she says, I'll send it back down.
Thank you.
And
So considerate.
So was this?
Are you going
She
to let
can't
her?
be a
was
villain.
this?
And are you letting her go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're letting her go.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
let her
that's
go.
the right decision.
I've seen bigger threats.
The elevator doors shut for the sake of brevity. If there's anything you'd like to do in here, you can. If not, within a few minutes, the elevator comes back down.
Well, I quickly
There's a-
smashed a few things. So it looks
Oh,
like
yeah,
there was
you-
a big fight. Yeah.
There's a lot of things already smashed. It seems
Oh,
like
good.
maybe there was a fight with the battle between Anne and Promethea.
Perfect.
But you
I would
make
like
Who is
to.
this-
I would like
who
to
is the
loot
body?
Promethea.
It is like there's not much on her. She was wearing normal clothes. She is she's
6 gold coins,
no.
maybe?
You're not looting the body. No. Even Captain Yeet knows that's not right.
There's not anything on there to loot. She was just a person in clothes who had her own sort of powers. Nothing really on her, and her body is sort of decomposing at this point. Even though it's only been a week, but there's like flies are sort of lingering around. But a few minutes later, the elevator comes back down. It opens up, and there is a small piece of paper in the same scrawled handwriting you remember from the list. It just says "Thank you" on it, taped to the inside of the elevator.
As we get in, I say, so how do we kill Rhonda, though?
So she fight. Okay, so like she was like, I'm gonna electrocute you, and I was like, no, and I grabbed a piece of the floor and I leapt in front of it, but it hit me still. And it was
Captain
so
Yeet,
strong,
Captain Yeet,
and
Captain
I got
Yeet,
shocked,
Captain
and,
Yeet,
like I couldn't.
Yeet,
Yeah,
Yeet.
yeah.
I'm talking about the receptionist, the one who actually wanted us dead.
Oh well, we
The real.
The real threats.
No, she caught us in the end. We couldn't get past her. She like in the. That's how we all survived the end because she sent the elevator back down before we all died. She was the real hero.
The elevator opens now at the top, and the Commissioner Portocalis is standing there, and
Hey, Commish.
and you see that there's a lot of cops there, and Rhonda is being interviewed, and the security cop is next to her, like shaking her head, and you see Rhonda, or you see Commissioner Portocalis say, "Well, you got the cops called on you," and then you hear Rhonda go, "So they were superheroes?" like very loudly.
Surprise!
And Commissioner Portocalis says, "I assume you got to the bottom of it, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really far down.
Oh, it's so far down. Yeah, and we killed accidentally Promethea.
Really?
Yeah, she down there. Yeah, she looks a little bad because like we had to summon our mealworm powers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it. I don't really. You kids with your weird superpowers nowadays. And she says, "Thank you for your work. You did an amazing job. We'll get everything handled down there. Till next time."
I put out my hand for a handshake.
Yeah, she shakes your hand.
And as she shakes
Don't do it. Don't
my
do it,
hand,
Don't do it.
an eyeball pokes out, but it doesn't open its mouth.
Okay. It just looks at the palm of her hand.
It just looks
She feels
creepy.
a
little bit of like that
nudge.
gooey viscera. Yeah.
Squishy.
Yeah, we've all touched eyeballs.
Is this the first time she's ever shook hands with you? You've been done a couple jobs for her before.
And probably the last.
Yeah, she shakes your hand and she sort of makes this weird grimace as she pulls her hand away and wipes it on her shirt.
Yeah.
Till next time.
Yeah.
So next time.
Being a
And
superhero is great.
you all get back into an Uber. Hamzat picks you up again. He takes you back to the Haven, and as you're making your way through the streets of Halcyon, the power is slowly surging back on as you're going in a wave, and lights are coming back on, the street lamps are igniting, and the power is slowly returning to Halcyon City.
Yeah.
He takes you all the way back to the Haven, where you all hang out, eat some more cookies. Some of you maybe go to your homes for the night, and you can leave the night knowing you did a good job.
The only people that died were 3 security guards.
Boom. And we flip the page, second to last page, and we see that Commissioner Portocalis is making sure that all the employees at the Electro Corps are being taken in for questioning. You see that she is sort of, she's very a good leader. She's pointing out things. She's making sure that her police force are going where they need to go. And she says, take a couple down to the sub-basement. See what they did down there. Assess any damage. See if you can find the body of Promethea. And we get to bury one of the greatest supervillains of all time. And the people kind of smile at her, and they get into the elevator, and we flip the page to the final page of issue number 1, and we see the empty laboratory. Rain is still falling from the vents above. The electricity is still lightly spitting off of the conductor. It is still dark in this room. Still, the only light spilling in is from the moon up in the vent above, shining a light on the body of the original Promethea. Mangled, decomposed, unmoving. There's moments of silence. And then a thick, unbelievably bright crack of lightning surges through the vent, bouncing off and slams into the body of Dr. Shelley. Lightning, it lights the papers, the desk, the technology, everything around her on fire. It bursts out, and all we see is flames. Flames.
From
And
the
then
side
we
of
see
her
a
face.
Side of my face.
Yeah. Then we see a
Very
figure stand up in the flames. We close up on a burnt, disfigured face, eyes opening in anger. The elevator door dings. The eyes cut to the side. And that is where we're going to end issue number 1.
Yeah.
They just left the body there.
Oh, it's such a happy ending.
Cool.
Someone got to live, and they got an
That was
elevator right at the right time. What a good ending.
Mackenzie, you did so good.
That was so
I fucked up
good.
so much of the mechanics.
No.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Good.
Would you stop rolling, Grep?
Grep is rolling. Yes, I definitely need to read up a little bit more of the mechanics, but that was my first time running masks. Woo! Great
That was good. That
for
was
me.
really
I didn't know
That
if
was
you were
really
gonna
fun.
fight her or not. I was ready for you to try to take her out.
I was ready to give her
Honestly,
the yeet.
I mean, honestly, the whole time I was like, wait, what's even wrong with making someone for yourself?
Lots of things.
I mean, obviously,
I'd do it.
this
Yeah.
is based off of Frankenstein, and it is
Yeah.
the whole point of that.
What?
Yeah, it is the whole. Rachel and I watched the National Theater one, and I thought of this idea. I was like, what if Frankenstein was gay and a woman, and what if it was the creature and like they actually got to maybe live the way they wanted to,
Yeah.
and the ending that the creature wanted.
Yeah.
And so I was just that's how this whole thing kind of sparked, and then I was like. Yeah, I didn't know if you would try to take her out or not, or if you just let her do what she wanted to do. You kind of landed in the middle, which I thought was interesting, and
That's because fucking Clank the cop over here.
I mean, it is the point of that book, right? To sort of question all these things and what is the meaning of life, and is it okay to create from nothing? And
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know. I was
my-
thinking about life and vitality is kind of described as the essence of existence.
Yeah.
And what that means for something who maybe didn't even ask to have this existence, and how they can make the best of it. And that's how it connects to vitality. Happy
Nice.
Pride.
Happy Pride.
Yes. Yeah. So that is my my Masks one shot. Thank you everybody for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
For this, thank you Prism Pals for having us again this year.
We love
Just
you.
celebrate a happy Pride. Stay safe. Love each other. The world's weird right now, and I'm glad that we have games to play and people
Hell
to
yeah.
see.
Yeah.
I think that we're done.
Yeah. Call up DJ, we out of here. I need a new captain of the ship to steer. Hey. Now everybody follow my lead, from Rudy to the Max to the old school way. Now why you wanna worry about what you can't control? You should go and do yours tonight. Be cool, baby, cool. If it gets out of hand, I won't go see this gonna fall tonight. Brass monkey on junction, that's my function. Beast mode off Keystone, no slumping. Tell me how you want it, I can crash or crush it. Middle child wild, I ain't nothing to fuck with. They asked me, Hulk, how you get toned? I told them I was at the gym all night long, weightlifting my dreams along with shows. If you try to pick them up, they wouldn't leave the flow. Why you need to pop the trunk for the gun though? I'm rocking short sleeves, that's the gun show. There's only one goal, and that's to come up. I'm going in, somebody hold my nunchucks. I got the one up, I don't need the one up. You said I jump kicked them, but that was just a soft punch. With the left hand, man, you a puny banner. Oh, you didn't know? Super is my standard. I'm the man that your girl ain't seen before, and my girl is the one that you're feeling for. They look at me and they wonder if I am a clone of the lost wonder, Colossus of Rose. Might have seen me in the Halloween wardrobe, rocking a bigger fur coat than Macklemore. All I gotta do is flex, I don't have to glow. I'm so cool, I don't even have to smoke.